we are
You know you
back.
like that song.
Welcome back to the Wanderers Guild. This is session 21 of the Forbidden Lands, the Hanging Stones. When last we left our heroes, we are in the village of Aylesbury. They have just vanquished a honey lich in his catacombs and fled after it awakened a horde of undead and bee swarms. And they closed up the tomb with a heavy stone door, fled back to town, and on the way there started snacking on the lich's flesh. The candied flesh preserved in honey, and it turned out to have some magical restorative properties that have de-aged several members of the party, who now look youthful and fresh. The mellified flesh apparently has some pretty potent magical properties. They then sold the lich's skeleton to the local sigilist,
Whose name is
obvious. And
You know his name is obvious.
what is his name? Oros, the sigilist.
I knew it started with an O.
Yeah, so you sold the lich's gilded bones to Oros the sigilist in exchange for, what was the deal? It was a pouch of silver that you divided up among you, and he also shared some local rumors.
He did
Knowledge
share a rumor.
of a nearby forgotten keep wherein perhaps lies an artifact of dark significance to the cult of the Nightwalker. And the details of that prison keep, which he says is located somewhere along the shores of Lake Varda, a short
He had
distance
an
to the south of
hourglass
here.
filled with black sand that could reverse time if smashed on the ground. Does that sound worth it to our crew of merry adventurers? Find out tonight. Cue theme song. No, we don't have that.
If somebody wants to play it over there, okay. No, please hold.
We have a super awesome theme song. Please check it out on our YouTube short.
It's a short.
Tonight on the Wanderers Guild.
It is a short.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. You won't be able to hear it unless I pull up the audio file, and I don't have it handy. So, without further ado, we resume in Aylesbury, the current time.
Oh yeah, we have a really big decision to make. Are we going to risk turning Lynn into an infant? Find out tonight.
No one knows. No one really knows.
I'm not quite sure it can be any
There
more
we go.
dangerous than what we're already dealing with.
I mean, I'm kind of in agreement.
We left
What
off.
if, like,
Okay, it's
gave her
evening.
just like a little piece?
It is now evening, and we are back at the Hive, the local tavern, and in the center of Aylesbury. And all of the locals are giving you a wide berth, and the ones that are actually in the tavern are not sitting near you, and they're shooting you strange glances because you came back into town carrying a bunch of necrotic, slimy stuff and sold some bones to a local wizard, and now there's rumors that you're all younger than you were yesterday, and all of this is kind of a big to-do for a small village.
Do you think we should tell them that we found the Fountain of Youth, or...
And the goblin is absolutely bee-stung with a deformed face.
Oh yeah. No, we shouldn't tell them anything.
Candidly, it might do them some good to go looking for it. These people have lived a pretty long time, and they should do something to earn that privilege.
I honestly have a feeling they're gonna start living a lot shorter lives now that the source of their immortality is no
Skildar,
longer there.
Skildar the innkeeper approaches your table and stands there wiping down a mug. Says, "You look good. What can I help you with, my green friend?"
Brief interjection. Is this the same day or is this early the next day?
It's the
It's
evening
evening.
of the day
The
after
evening
you
of
came
same day.
back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we haven't slept yet.
No.
Correct.
Cool. I'm just pointing at the mug.
What's wrong
I
with
think you
him?
want the drink.
He really wants some honey meat.
He got stung by some bees.
Oh, that's what all
Did you
the.
know that there are bees
Yeah.
here?
I thought he was just ugly. All right, here.
Well-
I'll fetch you a mead. How about the rest of you?
I will pass. I'm honestly already feeling exhausted.
All right.
Yeah, same.
Do you have any milk?
Milk?
Yes, milk.
Yeah, we got milk.
I would love to have a bowl of milk, please.
A bowl. Right.
Please.
I'll get you that.
I-
And
Did I say that right, Grunrock? Okay, good.
he goes back behind the counter and fetches a tall mead and a bowl of milk.
So, seriously, guys, I mean, what's the plan here? Do we have any reason to stay much longer? Honestly, I'm kind of ready to bounce. I mean, get a good night's sleep, of course, but I mean, those zombies could come piling out of the cave at any time, and I'm not really trying to risk it.
I mean, they might, but that's a pretty heavy rock. And I think Ralgar maybe mentioned something about repairing the broken armor that him and
Yes.
Grunrock have.
Here's
We could
the
probably
thing.
spend a couple days.
So far, when we have been traveling through the woods, it has been much fun, but we do not get much done. We end up in the rain, we end up hungry, I end up cold. I just need some time to fix our armor and maybe learn some new things.
I think that works.
I mean, if you guys want to stay for a little while longer, that's fine. I just think that we should really, figure out where we want to go next.
Oh, absolutely, we should talk about that.
I mean, I think we should just continue to explore west. I don't think visiting any of the towns nearby right now is a great idea, seeing as how we have the elves looking for us up north, and anywhere the Rust brothers have someone, chances are they are looking for us there too. So maybe wandering randomly, getting lost for a few days, a week.
Well, I was flipping through my backpack and I came across a journal that I acquired at some point. Honestly, there's so many random things I've grabbed that you just don't remember. when I
You are
picked it up.
very good at stealing things.
Thank you. Don't say that too loudly. But it talked about an empress of Urher, and she is with the Urher clan. And to my understanding, the Urhers are in the west, but she used a elven heartstone as a coat clasp, and I don't think that she was an orc herself. And for an orc to trust a non-orc, I'm thinking that Hearthstone's got to be something a little influential. Maybe one of the Hearthstones? I think it's worth
Ralgar is
checking
the
out.
only person in the party that has not previously heard mention of the Urher clan, and so he can lore roll it if he wants to.
Ralgar, do you
He's
know
got-
anything about the Urhers?
He's got great lore too.
I know a little bit about them.
You know that the Urher clan pride themselves on being the most cultured of the orcs, and prop up their claims to be building a proper civilization to prove that the other kin are unjustified in looking down on them as savages and warmongers. But you've also heard that they can be quite dangerous in their own right. But they seem to be, and you've heard that they live somewhere to the west in a big forest.
that is what I know of the Ur clan. I tell you what I do not know. I do not know anything about jewelry, but I think that heartstone would look better in a crown than on a clasp.
I mean, it sounds like they're at least more amiable than the orcs we've come across in the past. That might be our only problem is Grunrock's, predisposition to wanting to attack every single orc that he sees on sight.
I know, but these aren't the same orcs, buddy. And this could be big.
Seer.
Right.
I want to find the Seer clan.
Maybe
might know where they
her
are.
clan will know where they're at.
I will not kill them if they know where they're at.
And if he does kill one of them, I can bring it back to life for about a few hours.
I don't think that would make them happy, but who knows? Maybe they'll want to attack us on sight, and we'll have to kill them for the jewel anyways.
Yeah, ideally, that's not going to be the case. Because
Of
I don't know
course
about you, but I don't really feel like we were doing a great job against skeletons.
I don't know what you're talking about. We did a fantastic job killing the, honey-soaked jerky guy. He didn't even get to do anything but make threats and then die.
Well, yeah, but it's like undead army of cronies and bees kicked a bunch of y'all's asses.
I remember that. Your arrows went right through them. It was very entertaining.
Dahlia
I
walks
think-
up to the table with a mug of wine in her hand, and she looks at all of you, blinks a couple of times, goes. And then she turns around and walks over to the bar, taps on it a couple of times, and then comes walking back over with 2 mugs of wine and begins sipping them both while staring at you. Relgar, you look
We're
good.
alive.
Yeah, I do. I look very good. Watch this. I can run without using my staff. And I just start doing circles around the table.
Is he wagging his tail?
I mean, he's excited. Wouldn't you if you had one?
Look, I'm not even out of breath. This is amazing. Boomf, and I sit back down on my stool.
Every day I spend with you people gets stranger and stranger.
But it's far more exciting than living in,
Baltimore South.
hollows. Yeah. Come on. You know that part of you loves it.
Can I be working on a set of armor while we're chatting at the table? Can I use this quarter day to roll for repair?
You can make a repair roll this quarter day, that's fine.
So that's I pull out Grunrock, give me your armor. I'll try to fix yours first. And if I break it, you can have mine, okay?
I don't know if that'll fit, but sure.
And I
Is
start
it
taking
reduced
my armor
to
off.
0 effectiveness, or is it just damaged from its starting value?
It's damaged from its starting value. I think he had 1 left.
I think it's only like if it has bonus something. Let me pull up the rulebook.
I have 1 AR out of 3.
Yeah, me too. We're in the same boat there.
My armor's great now.
Yeah, mine's
Oh,
fine.
I'm on my other computer. I don't
Well,
know
while
the
everyone's
rulebook
looking
on
that
this computer.
up and looking at all of those things, I just want to give a quick
Oh,
shout
you
out
can
to
repair it
Sirenscape.
regardless. Go ahead.
Sirenscape is our wonderful music and background sound providers. I say it's a one-stop shop every time, mostly because it rhymes and it sounds fun to say. Say it with me at your computers, everyone. Sirenscape. a one-stop shop.
Every rhyme.
Sirenscape.
A one-stop shop for all your hip-hop rhymes.
Do a hip-hop campaign.
So is this
No
just a
diggity.
great crafting roll then?
So the way the crafting roll works is each success increases the gear bonus back up by 1, up to a maximum of its starting value. And if you ever fail a roll, meaning you get no successes, then the item is permanently broken down to its current value and cannot be repaired further.
Like no successes or a failure with no successes? If it's a neutral roll.
Those are the same thing.
Well, it's got to be done.
So give it a craft.
Yeah. Let me give you
I
a grab.
strip my armor off at the table and hand it to Ralgar. I'm only wearing a hat and a little bit of cloth. I live in my armor, so I don't have any other clothes.
Can you push crafting rolls?
I'm gonna have to.
You certainly can. Give it a push.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
1 success. The gear bonus goes back up by 1.
And so that's once a quarter day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other actions being taken in the evening, or are people just retiring and working their way back?
As I hand it, I'll give it back to Grunrock for now. I'll say, buddy, I can repair this again for you, but I just wanted to show you. Look, I carved some tiny little wolf heads into the shoulder pauldrons for you. I hope you like them.
That's cool, but also scary.
Yeah, yeah. I want you to be scary. I like when you're scary.
I just can't look at my shoulders when I'm fighting.
Well, good. You should always look straight ahead anyway. Shower. Surely there's a shower or a bath or bucket of water somewhere here, right? Barkeep?
Yes.
Shower? Bathtub?
Oh
bucket
yeah,
of water
help
in a
yourself. There's a hot pot of boiling water that you can use to create a warm bath. It's complimentary with the room.
Fantastic, my good man. Truly, I have never needed. Well, I have needed a bath. I don't want to get into it. I'm gone. Goodbye. Meanwhile, Donald is dying of lung cancer.
Yeah.
I am trying to find my rulebook so I can look at.
Speaking of, actually, where is Lynn? Is she around, or is she like in the room?
Yeah, she's here. She's gonna come down while Ralgar's crafting and ask him. Well, she's gonna stare at him uncomfortably. Something different about you.
I got younger. Do you like it?
How?
Oh, we fought. Wait,
Lich jerky.
I shouldn't talk about it here, but we did something cool.
What did you do?
Come closer, I'll tell you.
Go see Grunrock. I'm busy. Tink, 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 tink.
She walks over to Grenrock. What happened?
We killed a skeleton and ate his skin.
She's just gonna turn and walk away.
It tastes like honey, and it made Ralgar younger.
I'm sure
Want
this
some?
won't happen.
And I'll hold up one of the pieces that I have.
You keep that away from me.
We killed it for you, kid.
I didn't ask you to do that.
We're well aware. The big guy did.
I'm trying to rid myself of strange magic.
Look. I don't get the magic mumbo jumbo, but the wolf said something about this has healing properties. We thought, what the hell? Why not try it?
You don't know what it's gonna do?
Made him younger. That's all I know.
Will it make me younger?
We're actually kind of hoping that that's not the case. We're hoping that it takes care of a more recent development for you.
Maybe if she just had a smaller piece. What if it just turns back the clock based on the amount you eat?
You keep that stuff away from me. She stomps off like a petulant child.
Well,
Because
big
she's a
guy, your
petulant
kid
child.
doesn't want any of the man jerky. You can take it back now.
Yeah, your child's a real ball of sunshine there, Ralgar.
So we just slipping it in her meal then?
I didn't hear that. I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna go to that dude who sold arrows and buy 4 batches of arrows from him. That way I can have a D12 of arrows and not have to hopefully roll ones constantly when I fire.
Okay.
But that's all I'm doing this quarter day.
Okay. All right. Any other actions before we advance to nighttime?
Nope.
After my shower and that conversation, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay. All right. You all head to bed. And
I might stay up and work on something here.
what would you like to work on?
I'm considering trying to craft a lethal poison, but I have to see what I need for that.
If you need me to get anything for you, just ask later. That guy's cabin's pretty full.
I mean, we also we also have like a week. This is just out of character. We have like a week where we can stay at this place for free. Which I'm not saying we're using the whole week, but I'm spending whatever downtime I have quarter day while we are here hunting to try and get as much food as possible. So if you wanted to fix armor and you can have someone else go search for the herbs you're looking for, I don't even know if they could.
I've also
Yeah.
got 29
Search.
experience points to use here.
29?
Literally
No wonder-
haven't spent a point since I joined the group.
No wonder you keep dying. You got to get talents.
Yeah, get good, man. Get good.
Yeah, get good. That's a general talent. It's just
I'll
get
try.
good.
I'll try to get more sweaty. Here we go. Okay, in the handbook, all I can find is that I need the poisoner talent, which I have that, and I need 1 herbs
Yep.
to craft a lethal poison.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what herbs I need though.
Herbs. It's just a generic thing. If you have a unit of herbs, which you can gather, then you can use them to craft a poison of your choice.
Okay, I'll ask Aimee to go steal me some in the morning. You know, while Drunkard is sleeping in his cabin.
Drunkard sleeps all the time.
He's never awake.
He's awake when he's drinking.
All right, in that case, I'm
Probably
gonna go to
awake
sleep
right
for the night then. Yeah, we'll sleep bedtime, night.
All
Night
right.
night.
All right. The night passes uneventfully. It is morning. There's a light drizzle this day, and there's the doors of the tavern are open when you awake, and there's a gathering of people out in the middle of the town square outside of the tavern, and there seems to be some sort of a to-do going on. You hear concerned voices and people shouting.
I am gonna try and slip out of the tavern to listen, but not be seen as best as I can. I'm gonna try and get out. So if I need to make a hasty escape, I'm not stuck inside this tavern, but I can still hear.
Is there a back door I can slip out of?
Sure.
Because I want to slip out and I want to avoid that crowd and work my way towards the Sigillus Tower.
Okay. That's fine. Are you trying to be sneaky about it, or it sounds like you're trying to be sneaky about it?
I want to be. I don't really feel like talking to the townspeople right now, so yeah, I'm trying to be sneaky about it.
All right. Velas, you can make a stealth check to listen in on what's going on in the town square without anybody noticing your presence.
Can I push it?
Push it good.
Yeah, you can push it if you want. 2 successes. All right. Oh, but you had a skull on there, so you take a damage to your agility. Right.
You mean I get a willpower? Absolutely, man.
Yeah, that's what that means. All right. There's a gathering of people in the town square. You sneak up. They don't seem to notice you. There's an argument going on. And the forester, Garst, who is stumbling drunk as usual, is in an argument with a couple of townsfolk, and the innkeeper Skeldar is outside, and the two of them are arguing. And the forester's like, look, I'll take care of it later. I just have the worst headache right now. And I'm gonna have to chop. And he's like, it's your job. We're supposed to have timber. You don't have any timber? And he's like, I used it up. It's been used up fixing my house. And besides which, don't act all like I'm unprepared. I can't even remember the last time we had to build a coffin. Why should I have been planning for this? And he says, it's my father, and we need to hurry and get him in the ground. The dead rest better if we... And then somebody cuts in and says, it's those visitors. Nothing like this happened before those visitors came to town. The ones staying in your inn, Skildar. And he's like, yes, I know. I admit some strange things have been happening, and I don't like the look of it. Yes, well, he was 250 years old, Skildar. And then the day after they come dragging bones in here, he falls over dead in his house. I think they've done something. I think they've done something terrible. And he's like, look, I'll talk to them. And I'll tell them that it's time to go. And the other one's like, no. We'll all be talking to them. And he walks across the square and picks up a literal pitchfork and says, who's with me? And several of the townsfolk start forming an angry mob. And Skildar says, they're guests of mine. I've promised them hospitality. Just let me talk to them. I can get them out of here. And the townsfolk are demanding to know what you've done and demanding that you all be dragged out into the village square. But there's only about 8 or 9 of them because it's a small village. And that's about as many able-bodied adults as can be bothered to get upset about something. But they're grabbing farm implements and things, and there's a hubbub.
Well, that's certainly...
You're just ducked behind a hay bale, just...
That's not great. What direction did Garst go in? Did he go back towards the south?
Garst is going back to his hut to go chop some wood. He says he's going to, but he can barely walk, so you're suspicious that he might not.
Damn, I was hoping he would, go do his
Actually
job
work.
elsewhere so I could go steal from him.
You're not gonna come warn us?
Oh, right. I guess I will slip back into the tavern to tell everybody. I didn't think you would miss the hubbub, but I will.
I was asleep.
I'll go back in and I'll sneak back in and just start waking everyone up, give them a heads up.
Yeah.
Pick up, McCalla.
What?
Hey, you know that sigilist we gave the bones to?
Yeah.
He's dead.
What?
Yeah, I know. I really thought he was.
That's not who's dead,
No?
by the way.
We said you
It's
brought the
the-
bones in and then he died in his own house.
No, we brought the bones into town, and then the innkeeper's dad died.
Oh, well then I'm just relaying this information to you incorrectly because Colossus knows. Oh wait, no, I talked to his dad.
Yes, you literally talked to him.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
Wait, no, not the sigilist. The sigilist isn't the barkeep's dad. The barkeep's dad is dead, and they're blaming us. But I swear
What?
to God, it wasn't me.
Okay, well, that was my next question. Where's...
Hand over my heart. It wasn't me.
Run, Rock.
Wake up!
What?
Where's Ralgar? Where's everyone else?
Well, I mean, Dahlia and Lynn are asleep right over there.
Lynn's tossing and turning in her sleep. She seems like she's having a bad dream. She's kicking and twitching and going,
Lynn looks like she should maybe get woken up, but her dad's not here.
I'll do it.
Dad.
I'm gonna walk over and just poke her with my bony little goblin finger until she wakes up.
Put some honey in her mouth and sleep it.
you wake her up. All right.
Yeah.
She's startled
But
awake and she
almost
sits up really quickly, and you see tears of blood rolling down the front of her face.
Deep breath, kid. It was just a nightmare. It's okay.
I saw
But something
saw
weird's
terrible
happening in
things.
town. What'd you see?
I saw. Hold on, sorry.
No.
Poke the unstable magic bomb, yeah. Sorry. She says, I saw a skeleton lying in a heap covered in honey. I saw people dying and turning into dust and crying out in pain. I saw people falling over and having giant bugs burst out of their chests. I saw a plague of insects, and I saw this town lying in ruins just like mine.
Yeah, I think you might have seen the future.
Don't be so hasty. She could have seen the past.
Something weird's happening now.
I feel like that's a good enough omen to just gather our things and skip town.
Yeah, except we're short one big furry guy.
I saw him slip out the back. I have a feeling I know where he went. You guys get your stuff together. I've already got mine. I'll head out and see if I can find him.
Ralgar.
Hey, what are we looking at here? Are they arming themselves, or...?
As much as a couple of hicks can arm themselves. There's some pitchforks, a 2x4. Someone was swinging an angry brick.
Take my word for it. A pitchfork is dangerous.
And I don't know if I would trust a brick that could get angry.
And I've never met anyone more well-armed than a bunch of hicks.
Ralgar.
All right.
You are at the Sigillus Tower on the fringes of town. It can't be easily seen from the town square. It's almost within sight, but it's concealed by some trees and brush because it's kind of up a little rise on the fringes of town. So you can hear a bit of a ruckus back from the town, but nobody can see you where you are. You bang, bang, bang. Hold on. You again.
Remember me?
How could I forget?
Oh, boy, you do not sound very good. You sound old.
His face is pale. He looks tired. His mouth is drooping a little bit. His eyes are sagging. What is it?
Take a close look at me. Do you notice anything different?
What have you done?
I think the question is, what do you have in your magic box? My friends visited you yesterday, didn't they?
Yes. Yes. Yesterday.
Do you remember what you bought from them?
Have they not told you? Bones. They sold me some bones.
And I know what those bones are. Do you know what they are?
What have you done? Tell me! Tell me! He tries to grab you and shake you, but he falls over coughing.
I bend down close to him, and I just kind of put my snout right in front of his face, looking at him. I go, I have slain Pagog, the ancient honey lich, and I have eaten of his flesh. It has made me younger. It has made me stronger.
He looks at his hands. He looks at you. He feels your smooth, silky, dark fur on the side of your face.
I bat his hand away. I let him have a little feel, but then I bat his hand away. My claws are retracted. And I reach back, in my bag and I pull out a piece of the honey lich, but I hold it far enough away that he can't get to it. And I go, "Are you interested in eating of the honey lich as well?"
You have doomed this town. You know this.
I care not for this town. I care for other things. I care for my pack. Do you want to live or do you want to rot?
I want to live. He stands up. He's out of breath from coughing. He hobbles to his feet. He grabs a fire poker and he's using it as a makeshift cane.
I'm wary of the fire poker. I'm keeping an eye on it. I know he's old, not as fast as me, but I'm keeping an eye on it. And I say, "Then here's the deal. If I give this to you, then you work for me. Are we clear? You will continue your research. You will study those bones, and you will find a way to bring back the dead. Do you understand?"
I'm not trained in necromancy.
You'll have all the time in the world if I give it to you. You will learn. You will study. It will be all you do.
He nods. Give it
Okay.
to me. Give it to me.
Are there any, like, small vials or anything around his house?
Yeah.
And I say, "First, a vial of your blood, and I will keep that with me."
My blood?
How else will I make sure that you are true to your word?
He nods slowly and he goes, hands shaking, and fetches a vial off of a high shelf. And he brings it to a little table. He's just continually out of breath.
I walk over next to him, and I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna say, "This will buy you the time you need to complete your studies. But beware. You do not want to become what Pagog became. He was a dreadful thing. Instead, you focus on raising the dead, on finding a way to bring back what has been lost."
He nods slowly.
I just start shoving it towards his mouth. "Eat."
Do I get there in time to see any of this?
I didn't know you were coming over here.
Yeah,
you-
right after I woke up Vergello and them. I was headed
I'm
that way to go
assuming
get
you
him.
filled in everybody while this conversation was going on. So those probably happen in parallel, and now you're starting to leave the inn. He, at first, is like... "Ah." And he takes a bite of it, and he looks a bit sickened. And it's dribbling down his chin, and his hands are trembling. And as he eats of it, he seems to be gaining vitality and gaining focus. And by the time he's done eating, he's standing strong. And he tosses aside the fire poker, and he looks visibly the same. Still quite aged, but his hands aren't shaking anymore.
How do you feel?
I feel stronger, revitalized.
I know you are capable. I know you are smart. I know you can do this. Now, you are a sigilist first, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You know the way of magic inks, of magic symbols. Do you have a way we can stay in touch? Enchanted parchment, connected sheets, anything we can do to stay in contact with each other.
Let's see.
Yeah, big question for the GM here.
Yeah, I can get you the answer to this. Hold on. I'm checking his spells.
Damn it, chat.
He shakes his head no.
Chat.
Oh, chat said time to leave when at the first sign of trouble. That was a while ago. He has no magical means to contact you, but he says that he plans to stay here in this tower, and that he will continue his research on the bones, and also that if you ever want to learn the secrets of symbolism, of sigil magic, that he would serve as a trainer to you and teach you what he knows. So you now have a tutor. So if you want to take the talents that give you sigil magic and you come spend time with him, he will negate that experience multiplier for learning new magic.
Cool. In the meantime, then I'm just gonna share with him. Oh, by the way, I don't think the townspeople are very happy. I saw what looked to be a gathering, maybe even a mob. So, you might need to leave. Wherever you go, always find a local tavern and let the barkeep know that you're here. Leave a message for Ralgar. That's what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna stay in touch.
He says those peasants cannot run me out of my tower, and he walks over to the door and he makes a big circle with his hands, and then a big big circular rune flashes on the door and then slowly fades into it. And then he creaks it open a little bit and says, "Till next time."
Until next time. Oh, and by the way, sorry for sounding so mean, but you were barely keeping your eyes open. I had to get through to you. I'm glad we will be working together. And I take my leave.
He just says nothing. Closes the door behind you. When you see a bright light flash, and you turn your back and you see that rune slowly fading into the door. It has some kind of enchantment on it.
I just kind of do a little flip of his vial of blood and put it in my pack. I'm like, okay. And I start walking the path back towards my outskirts of town.
Okay. Meanwhile, the rest of the group. Oh, Velas, you're gonna meet him on the fringes of town, just out of sight of the town square, and you can warn him to stay hidden.
Hey, buddy, you don't exactly hide well. Go ahead and stay on the outskirts. I know you and I both saw that mob, and you went this way. I figured you were heading towards the Sigilist. They definitely are running us out of town. Did you get everything wrapped up with the Sigilist that you needed to?
I did. Yeah, he works for me now. He's kind of nice once you get to know him.
What do you mean he works for you now?
I'll tell you about it later. Come on, let's go.
Everybody keep close track
of
how many units of this flesh you have, by the way.
You stay out here, okay? I will go back in and get them. Okay, you don't sneak well, and they definitely want to fight us. And unless you want to just kill some random townspeople who candidly look like they're gonna drop dead any day now, just stay here, okay?
Oh, okay. Oh, hey. You should try to take as much food as you can from the kitchen.
Why?
Well, if we're gonna go back out into the wild, we need food and rations. Oh, and if you find any herbs, I need some herbs. I'm gonna use it to poison Lynn.
Excuse me?
Well, yeah, I told you that if we're not going to feed her the honeys, that I would kill her. Right? That's what you wanted me to do.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Valas, this is what we had talked about. You don't like her, and she's gonna be a magic time bomb, and if we're not gonna feed her the honey, then we'd kill her.
Listen, I like being the voice of reason, but when the voice of reason sounds very happy and it screams murder, just
I read this situation the wrong way. If you don't want to kill her, I won't kill her.
I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want, but what I want right now is not to talk about it. Stay here. Stay here.
Just
I'm gonna get the others.
Get me some herbs, just in case. Get me some herbs.
I'm gonna make my way towards the cabin, try and get in through the back door, point them in the direction of Ralgar, and I'm gonna look at Grunrock and be like, "Don't get a ton of food, but we were supposed to get free meals for a week, so if you just want to grab some rations out of the kitchen, that'd be great. I'm gonna try and get into Garst, God, I just still haven't learned that man's name. Garst's house, and get some herbs, okay?
There's probably herbs in the kitchen.
Not those herbs, man. Not those herbs.
I'll get some anyway.
Grunralk and Vergello, what are you up to? You
Now
and Dahlia
apparently
and Lynn
loading
are
myself down with food.
in the inn?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to Sir Archibald so we can get out of here.
All right.
The donkey. We gotta bring the donkey.
The innkeep, Skildar, it comes back into the inn, sees Vergello and Grunralk and Lynn and Dahlia, and walks up to you and says, guests, welcome guests.
Yes.
I've some bad news, and there may not be much time in the telling. There seems to be some strange happenings around town. Some unexpected sickness, and there are concerns that perhaps you brought something into town with you that has spread to the others. The people, I think perhaps, despite our prior agreements, it might be a good idea if you were to leave town quickly by the back door now.
But I thought the week we were staying here was payment for getting
Yes,
Garth.
this is not about the payment or the cost. This is... I'm warning you for your protection that the people are upset and they're coming now.
Can we ask 2 favors in trade?
If they are spoken quickly.
We want our donkey back and we need enough food.
Yeah, we need food for the road.
He will grab a wicker basket and stuff it full of preserved trail rations from behind the bar and hand it to you.
Do you have any herbs?
I don't have time for this. I don't have herbs. No, the forester gathers the herbs.
All
Okay,
right, let's
that's
just
fine. Thank you.
Please,
we'll
you
take
do.
it and go.
All right, here. He gives you enough trail rations to D12 the 2 of you.
So 1 for me.
Well, what are your current food dice at?
I was at D10.
He'll give you
I'm at
4.
D8.
He'll give you 4 dice worth of trail rations
Okay.
to be divided among the party however you want.
Okay. I got 1. I don't... Grunwalk, you use whatever, and then we just divide however we need to.
And Lynn and Dahlia stuff their pockets from behind the bar as well.
All right.
Oh, and
yeah.
barkeeper? Sorry. Keep your head down. Don't let him blame you for this.
He sort of
And I walk
blinks
out
a
the
couple
back
of
door.
times, but has nothing to say. All right. You walk out the back. Do all of you slip out?
Yeah. I
Alright.
grab my donkey and
I'm at Garst's house.
get out of town.
Dahlia takes a swig of wine and then runs. Yeah, you're all sprinting out the back of the inn, and you can hear a ruckus forming in the distance.
Amy's at Garst's. She's trying to rob Garst.
Are you going to sneak past the mob?
That was
I
the
feel like-
plan.
All right,
feel
that'll
like
be a
you
fresh
can-
stealth. Go ahead.
I feel like it would be easier just to get herbs in the wild.
Well, I'm looking for poison.
No, you need herbs.
Our viewers aren't tuning in to see us take the easy path here. They're tuning in to see us push our rolls.
All right.
High stakes near death gameplay.
That's right.
Two
Yeah, but
successes.
with the town of people, we could have gotten
Alright.
our near-death combat in the forest, but we get lost eventually.
There's a mob forming outside of the inn, and they're pushing their way past the innkeeper, who's trying to explain to them that he doesn't know where you are. And one of them's going, "I don't believe you, get out of my way," shoving their way in. And you sneak around the perimeter of the town square and make it to Garst's house.
I mean, I know for a fact he doesn't lock his back door. I'm just gonna press my ear to the back of the door. Is this man sawing logs, or is he cutting wood?
He's cutting wood in the back of his house, but what that means is He has an axe stuck in the ground on one side of him, a log sitting on the other side of him, and he's sitting cross-legged on the ground drinking from a bottle of whiskey.
Fantastic. I'm gonna spot him.
He has his
and-
back to his back door. From a distance. You can get up to it from behind him.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Do I feel like I'm being sneaky enough to slide into his back door?
You got 2 successes on your stealth. I'm just carrying that over.
Okay, well then yeah, I'm gonna slip.
He's
into his
less
back door.
perspective than he's less freaking what is the word? Perceptive. Than perspective. Why did my brain break? He's less perceptive than the people you already snuck past. So
Sick. I'm gonna slide in his back door, and I've looted his house before. Do any like herbs like jump out at me that might be important for lethal things?
They are generic herbs. You can swipe some fistfuls of things and call it a unit of herbs.
I'm gonna do that. Quick glance before I slip back out. Any money on the counter?
How about arrows? Any arrows?
Or arrows? Yeah, actually, I would have been looking for either the money that he just spent on arrows or more arrows.
There is a die worth of arrows, and
Which kind? Wooden or iron tipped?
you can rummage. There's no money in plain sight. You can rummage around for money, but it'll require moving furniture and opening and closing things, which will require a fresh stealth check.
No, I'll just grab the die of arrows
Okay.
and slip back out.
All right.
Actually, if the townspeople are like all pushed in through the front, I'll just go out the front door of Garst's house if no one's looking.
Yeah, sure.
Seems the safer way to go.
Yeah. And you're on the outskirts of town. So Vergello, Grunralk, Ralgar, are you all fleeing town? Is anybody doing anything else?
Just fleeing.
All right. Velas, you also flee town. You'll regroup somewhere, some distance from the town. You didn't really coordinate that, did you? You're going to have to find each other in the woods.
I mean, we talked about going west, so I imagine we are outside of the town.
All right. I'm going to switch us over to the map view.
I was gonna say, we're great at survival checks. Like, we will just, find each other.
Uh-huh.
Famous last words.
I walk up to a random dog. Ralgar, is that you?
All right. You are outside of town, and I'm going to advance from morning to daytime on the assumption that it takes you a while to regroup outside of town somewhere.
That's fair.
And oh lord, I can't get the flag thing.
Aimee.
Yes.
Can you hold on to those arrows for me? Because I have a D12.
I
There it goes.
surely can.
To front. There we go.
I got you these arrows.
Stupid flag.
You,
Alright.
your quiver looks kind of full, and I went ahead and stole a quiver, so I'll just hold on to them because it makes me look kind of badass.
It does. It does make you look badass. I appreciate it.
All right, based on the directions given to you by the sigilist, the tower is southwest, which actually puts it in the hex to the south of you because it's more south than west. So if your intent was to follow his directions to the place on the lakeshore that he was telling you about, then you'll want to go south a hex if we're traveling hexes.
So
We are traveling hexes.
We're traveling hexes. Are we wanting to go south or west, though?
I would love to find a place where I can offload some of this heavy stuff that I'm carrying that we're intending to sell.
yeah.
So-
and I'm not particularly interested in that turn back time artifact.
I mean, I'd be interested
Well,
in getting it to sell it.
Am I?
Who are you talking
I kind of feel like you
very
are.
interested in that
I
artifact.
feel like you very are.
I might
think-
very much want that artifact.
Let's explore for another town or city, something to the west, and then we can come back and get that because there's probably more treasure than just that. Maybe things worth selling.
All right, so you are fleeing the town of Aylesbury, and are you going to go northwest or southwest of Hex to explore?
Southwest.
All right. You travel.
Oh yeah, I need to do the thing, don't I?
southwest.
Yeah, you got to do the thing.
Yeah, Pathfind, lead the way.
Gotta do the damn thing. All right, here we go.
Come
This
on,
is
Ian,
a-
we believe in you.
This is a forest hex.
And that's a survival roll, correct?
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Survival.
Huzzah!
Nice.
Success!
No lead the way mishap. You make your way into the next hex in the daytime. So I'm advancing in the daytime, but I'm leaving us on the map here. And I'm going to reveal some map.
You guys know what that
Giant
means.
city.
We get an experience point.
For
Ew.
revealing a hex.
All right. Reveal. Doop, doop. All right. This is a forest hex. You may notice some water on the edge over there, but I'm gonna first do some rolls to see if anything happens before you see water. So you're just traveling through Dankwood.
I'm keeping my eyes out for stuff.
I hate the dankwood. I am so ready to be out of the forest.
I think the dankwood also hates us.
I like it here.
It's
Dirt
just
tastes good.
dank. Does it? I reached down. That does not taste good.
Sure it does. It's nice and healthy.
Show
I
me.
don't think.
I'll just take a big mouthful of dirt and
Bite out of
start
the
chewing
ground.
on it.
I just imagine like you kneel down to the ground and just like take a bite out of it like it's a big cake.
This is a hex of forest.
6 of something just appeared.
No,
I
that's
know,
not what that
I'm
was.
really hoping.
It's
Oh,
Six
sorry.
days.
45 of something just appeared.
Unless
remember-
we're all reading wrong and it's 96.
Oh no. There's 96 things that appeared.
Got 96 problems, but being lost ain't one.
All right.
For once.
You are traveling through the forest, and along the way there is an old dried creek bed that is pretty deep. It's kind of at the base of a ravine, like there was a natural crack in the earth, and a creek had once flowed through the bottom of it, but it looks like the base of it is all dried up and overgrown. So it's basically just a trench with a bunch of brush growing under it, and there is a stone bridge over this ravine. An old arch of a stone stretches across a small, partially dried up stream, and it looks like it was a natural stone bridge, and that had sort of arched across here and been weathered out underneath, and someone carved little arches underneath of it in ancient times to make it look a little bit nicer and more official, and the top of it is sort of smoothly polished down, so it looks like it was a natural rock formation that people were using to cross over, and at some point somebody dressed it up by carving it up to look nice. Forward progress will require crossing this ravine some way or another, which will involve going across the bridge one way or another, unless you want to try to find an alternative way forward.
Did we luck out and find the bridge on the first try? Regular Grimlock, do you remember when we had to search and search and search when we left the hollows? This
Is this
feels like good luck.
Is this bridge crossing like the main river that's on this map?
You've not seen a river. This is a dried creek bed through a fissure that runs through the
Okay.
forest. This is not the water that you see on the edge of the hex. This is out
Okay.
in the middle of the hex somewhere.
Is there anything under the bridge that we can see?
You see dense underbrush down there. You would have to climb down to see anything more.
Well, I guess we're crossing this bridge.
Can we? Is there any like lore we can roll on this bridge? I'm worried because of the fairy tales that I've listened to growing up. That we're
Don't
about
tell
to
me
meet a
you're worried
troll.
about a troll.
Oh, I definitely am. I don't want to be a troll toll.
We have seen one already.
Ralgar, make a lore roll.
Lore roll. 2 successes.
Trolls often live beneath bridges.
Nice lore.
It's official.
It's canon. Write it down.
Can I roll to see if I see any danger?
What sort of... Describe what you mean by that.
I'm gonna walk up, like near the bridge, and kind of try and like look under it, look into the creek bed, kind of like examine the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
One might call it scouting.
You can make a scouting roll.
Mm.
2 successes. You are scanning around the bridge. You're looking at the creek bed. And you think you can see some bones lying way down below in among the underbrush.
I spy with my little eye some bones.
Big bones. Chunky bones.
Chonky bones. Gosh, do we think that a troll starved to death? Or is there a big ugly bitch under this bridge? I don't know.
I mean, we might throw a rock under there. Maybe something will stir.
I just very loudly yell, "Hail, troll! It is I, Ralgar, and my best friends, Velas and Grunrock, and a musician, Vergello. We are here and we demand to see you."
There's no response.
Okay, trolls always come out if you ask to see them. We should just cross and go.
Somebody
Okay.
knows so much about trolls, you know nothing about
I'm
don't
gonna just walk
that's-
across the bridge. I trust the lore guy. I'm going.
But maybe just get your sword out just in case.
For what? You said it was safe.
Well, yeah, but like, is it not always better to have your sword?
I'm crossing the bridge.
I'm gonna summon my dagger, and I'll start crossing the bridge as well.
Okay, who's
I'm
crossing
the
first?
bridge too.
All right,
Grunrock
Grunrock.
first.
Grenralk, you begin to cross the bridge, and it is weathered and crumbly, and as you start to walk across it, pieces of it start to fall off of the sides like loose gravel, and it is very difficult to keep your balance and easy to slip. You must make a move roll to not plunge into the ravine below. All right, you hop, skip, and a jump across.
That's a lot of dice for one success.
You make it across. The bridge is a little narrower than it was before because of the chunks that fell off it, and you're not sure how much it can support.
Oh, what about Sir Archibald? We
The
don't wanna
donkey
lose
should
Sir-
go next.
You want to send him across? Have him do a move
gonna
roll?
Or are we gonna ford the waterless dry bed?
I mean, I can try and cross with Sir Archibald. My move is 7.
It's going to try
Maybe I
not to
can, like,
plunge to
help
its
him.
death. That much is instinct. So you can just send it across and see if he makes it across. But he might
I know,
not
but I'd
make
like
it
to be able to
across.
help him somehow.
You ever tried to catch a falling donkey?
And
I'm
put it
strong
in
as
your
heck.
pocket.
I'm gonna cross with Sir Archibald.
Catch a falling donkey.
I don't think it's gonna help him
That's
for
the
you to
bit.
go together. He's gonna find his own way if you force him to cross. He gets 5 dice on move rolls. He got a success.
Yay,
He makes it across.
Sir Archibald.
He's got excellent balance. He's made for this sort of thing. He's across with Grunralk, leaving Vergello, Velas, and Ralgar on one side. The others on the other side.
Hey, Velas.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you still have that rope that you found in that one place that one time?
That one place, that one time.
It's possible. Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's kind of stained with blood, but got it.
Because maybe we could do something like where we tie one end of the rope on this side, and then we throw the rope over to Grunrock, and he holds it tight, and we can hold onto the rope, and if we slip, we can hold onto the rope.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that.
Because I'm not
How long
very
is
good
the
at
rope?
moving.
I have a regular 10 meters of regular rope, and then I have an undetermined amount of rope that is stained with blood.
Okay, so you're using the good rope?
Yeah.
It's 10 meters?
Yes, I don't know how much 10 meters is. I don't speak metric.
We can tie
about-
them together.
it's
if we
about
need to
30
as
feet.
well.
Is the 10 meter rope long enough to do it by itself?
Yes. It's about a 5
No,
meter
okay.
fall down.
Grimlock, catch this!
Huh.
What?
One more thing.
Ah!
If we want to bring the rope with us, then the last person to cross will have to untie it and walk it across. So maybe whoever's got the best chance of making it across the bridge will be the last person to go.
I mean, that's going to be Velas at this point. But let's send Lynn and Dahlia over.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Do I have to roll anything to catch it, or do I just have it? The rope, I mean.
She threw it Sandlot style, right? So she's Benny the Jet Rodriguez, and
Somebody-
you're, what's his name?
Somebody will have to anchor one side of the rope on the other side and then cross over with it and then anchor it on this side. So one person's going to have to make the climb without the rope being secured across the gap.
To
Gonna-
Grunrock? On
What
Grunrock's
if-
side?
What if we tie one end of the
Yeah.
rope to
Wait,
an arrow?
which side is the rope starting on? Who has the rope?
I have
Aimee has the rope. Yeah,
Okay,
Velas
yeah.
has the rope.
Then you'll have to anchor it on your side and then cross over and then
She
anchor it on
can't throw
Grunwald's
it.
side.
She
What
can
if-
throw
Like, tie
5
it to
meters
a
over the
rock and
bridge.
Throw it.
Or tie it to an arrow, and Vergello can shoot it into a tree trunk.
I don't want to waste an arrow.
I always say no to tying ropes to arrows because it makes no sense. It comes up in every RPG all the time, and
Well, we
I'm
could,
always
like,
like, no
tie-
fun.
You can tie it around like a rock. And
To be
throw
fair,
it
it would
over.
really mess with the trajectory
To be
of the
fair.
arrow, so I get it.
Anyway,
We're just trying to get it across a 5 meter thing. Like, we can't just, like, throw it? Like, is that not a...
you can throw it. Mm,
It's 10 meters, so, like, you could bunch up.
yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and chuck
Like
it across
5
since you
meters
have
of it.
people on both sides.
Yeah. So we yeet half of it over to Grunrock.
For our Gen Z audience. out
Lynn
there.
is going to cross. She has 4 dice on this, but I'm giving her +1 because she's so small that she's unlikely to affect the bridge as much as anybody else.
Does she get anything for holding onto the rope? The
No.
whole point of the rope?
Yeah. I'll give people +2 for holding the rope. She gets 7 dice now.
Oh,
Oh.
Lynn.
My God, Lynn.
Does she die?
I think we all die if she fails.
Yeah, the nuke falls off the bridge. The game's over. Roll new characters.
Can she push it?
Can I pull it? Or
Can I-
something? Like,
Can we
NPCs
fire it?
don't push rolls.
Can I just start sprinting across the bridge and try to, like, action movie style catch her by one hand?
No. So here's what's going to happen. She is holding onto the rope and going like this across, and then loses her footing, and she does a little dance and lands in a funny configuration. And then she does a little dance and lands in another configuration. Then she starts spinning around the rope and loses her balance. And she's going, ah! And then she lands right on her butt in the middle of the bridge with her hands up on the rope. And she's like, whoa. And she looks down and gets dizzy for a second, and then cracks form in the center of the bridge, and the whole thing collapses and caves down into the ravine, leaving a big gap in the middle of it, about 3 meters across, and she's dangling from the rope going, ah! Ah! And
I'm gonna make my way towards her and try and get her.
Cut the rope.
She's now going to have to make a move roll to cross the rope, just unmodified regular old move roll, and if she fails this, then she'll lose her grip and fall. Huh?
Can I tell her, like, don't move, don't move, don't move? Can I move
She's
to
hanging.
her and, like, pick her up and backpack carry her across the rope?
She's dangling.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good way you can do that. Like, because Grunrock's now holding her weight up on his side. Someone has to be holding it up on our side, and
We tied it off
We
on our
can't
side.
anchor it?
It's tied off on both sides, but yeah,
Okay.
she's bobbing up and down in the middle of the rope with both hands on it,
Right.
screaming and kicking.
But can I not, like, move across the rope and have her, like, move, like, from holding onto the rope to, like, latching onto me?
Okay, then instead of her making a move roll to climb off, you're going to have to make two. One to get to her and then one to carry her back. And the one back is going to be at a -1 because she's weighing you down.
Okay. I still think that's 2 dice rolls, but both of them are higher than either of hers.
How high up is she?
She's hanging about 5 meters from the base of the ravine.
oh my god.
Velas is climbing across the rope, triple skulls it. Velas. The girl is kicking and she's going, my arms are tired, and she's kicking and moving, and the rope is wobbling, and you are now bouncing up and down, and are you going to push this, or are you not going to push this? If you don't push this, you will plummet to the bottom of the ravine and into the underbrush.
And if you do push it,
How bad of a fall will that be?
Five
It will
meters.
it will be 4d. It will be 4 dice, and every success will do a damage to you.
My strength or my agility?
Your strength.
Fuck it,
It's a lot
she's
of-
shaking. I'm gonna fall and just try and, like, know that I'm gonna fall and eat it, and then just be there to try and catch her if she falls. Because if I push this and get a skull on my last move, I'm fucked. And I just find it unlikely. I've got 4 strength, and I just find it unlikely you'll get 4 6s.
You land in a very forgiving shrub and take no damage.
if she falls and snaps her neck, the nuke has been defused.
Alright,
I don't think that's how nukes work.
try and move, little fucker, and I'll catch you if you start falling. Just don't flail when you fall, please.
She is hand over hand climbing, and she loses her grip and she falls.
Can I catch her and try and, like, absorb some of her damage if she takes any?
Your assistance will take 1 die away from her falling dice. She still falls and lands on her arm and twists it, and has twisted her arm and shoulder and impacted down on one side, and she's crying out in pain as she hits the ground, having lost about half of her strength.
Listen, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Here, I've got some food. It's from the still mist. It's like medicine, okay? It'll help.
Or you could give her a piece of that honey.
Shut up! I'm pulling out a piece of the honey that I've got, like, mine, like, kind of wrapped up. I'm just gonna hand it to her.
I already told you I'm not eating that. Get it away from me.
Listen to me. You're already not very strong. Your shoulder is fucked, and you knocked me off the rope. I can't carry you up there. You're gonna need to be able to climb. 1 bite of this isn't gonna kill you.
I
Just
don't
one bite.
want it.
Take a bite, and I'm gonna use.
You can't make me.
I am. I'm gonna hypnotize her. I'm gonna use Path of the Killer level 3 and spend a willpower.
Okay. You got to talk to her for a minute.
Listen, kid.
What's your favorite color?
Arguing with a teenage girl for a minute is not hard.
It's not a
Say,
difficult thing.
that sounds pretty easy.
Listen, Lynn. It's medicine. Do you understand the lengths that Ralgar has gone to try and help you? He almost died. Grunrock almost died. If this was poison, they'd both be dead. Because Ralgar and Vergello both tried this before you. I have tried it. Now look at me. I look no different. Okay?
They don't know what it does. I didn't come here to put some strange magic into my body.
I know what it does. It heals wounds. And sometimes it affects the inner magics in your soul. Okay? You've got dark magic in your soul. You woke up this morning bleeding from your eyes. That's not a normal thing, kid.
Now say
One
something
bite of
slick.
this-
You've got your minute.
No, one bite of this isn't going to kill you. So take a bite. It's not a question. Eat it.
She nods slowly while locking eyes with you, and she reaches out. Spend a willpower point.
Spin.
All right. She reaches out and takes a bite. She is grabbing her arm and poking at it while eating the flesh and eats a couple mouthfuls of it. Mark off a unit of it. I'm going to take inventory of how many of those are still floating around in a minute, but not right at this moment. Yeah, she eats the flesh, and her eyes begin glowing with a deep amber light like that you saw in the honey lich's eye sockets. Just shedding this bright amber light, and she stands up, and she's like, I do feel better. I feel a lot better.
Yeah? Like, I saw you messing with your arm. The arm feels better. See, I told you that would help.
Yeah,
What
I think
about,
it healed me.
What about your insides, kid?
I feel totally fine. There's
Yeah,
some
try and,
movement
like-
in the underbrush under you, and you are startled for a moment when you see kind of leaves and brush and vines and things moving around under your feet. And then you realize that the big chunky bones lying in a heap at the base of this ravine are starting to move. And they are glowing with a strange amber light. And they are beginning to assemble into the form of a massive skeletal troll over the course of about 5-10 seconds.
Climb! And I'm gonna just, like, try and stab it.
Initiative.
Yay!
We're doing everybody, even though some of you are at the top, some of you are at the bottom. You're all in different places here. Vergello, you're on 9. Late.
I got it.
Grunralk, you're on 2. Early. Velas, you're on 7. Late-ish. Ralgar, you're on 10. What the fuck?
Goodness.
It never fails.
It never fails.
It's unbelievable. Lynn is going first. She got that ace. And Bad Thing is on 8, which means it goes after several people. Lynn's up first. She's going to try to scramble up the sides of the cliff. She's going to make a move roll to try desperately to climb out. She does. She
Yay.
finds footholds. She scrambles up the side of the cliff, and she is at the top by the end of her full turn.
With which? With me or with the other? Did she go backwards or she get?
She went
across?
forwards.
Okay.
Because she had a choice, and she would choose to go forwards. After that is going to be 2 witches, Grunralk.
All right, kid, stay with the donkey.
And I'm gonna try to slide down the bank into the ravine with Veloz.
All right. That's a move roll to climb to get down without taking damage. And it's going to take your full turn. You make it down. You are now face to face with a giant troll skeleton with big tusks. It has vines hanging from it in random places, and it's stained green from lying down here for so long, with moss and growth all over it. And we go to 7 witches, Veloz.
I'll stab it.
Go for it.
Is this considered a monster?
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
push as an attack?
Yeah, you can push an attack roll.
2 successes.
You take a point of damage to your strength, and you get base damage +1 against the skeleton.
So 3
What a
damage.
Stab it again.
Do you... Oh, you always get multiple attacks because of your talent.
Yeah, I get 2. Yeah, so that is 3 damage to it, and I'm gonna attack again.
Okay.
That is another 3 damage.
All right. It has armor. It has 4 points of armor. Them are some thick bones, so I'm gonna roll for both.
Thick bone.
It blocked 2 points from the second attack, so it's taken a total of 4, which leaves it injured. And then it is
Its turn.
its turn. All right.
Old trolley bones.
Okay, sorry, got it. Yeah, it's just going to swipe at Veloz with a massive claw. This is going to be a 7 dice melee attack
Oh, fuck.
with base damage 2. Do you want to dodge or parry, or take it?
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, that'll leave you prone if you succeed. But you will avoid the damage completely if you negate its successes, so. It got 2 successes with base damage 2, so right now this is 3 damage to you. Go ahead and do a move roll to dodge. You completely avoid the attack by diving into the underbrush. And yeah, that's it. You are prone now. And we are on to Vergella.
Me. Yeah. I guess I'm a shoot at it
Okay, go ahead.
with my bow.
Okay.
Is I don't know if my sheet just didn't update. Whenever you make an attack with a bow, it's your marksmanship skill.
I think so.
Okay, because these numbers aren't right then. Or is it just your agility, not your marksmanship? Oh, okay, base 4, skill 1. Yeah, it's not adding.
It's marksmanship and agility.
Yeah, I guess it's not adding the right number because it's selecting weird stuff.
Oh, and range here. Let's see. That
So
is
it's
going
the
to
base is
be
4 because that's my agility.
short range.
Skill is 1. Oh, plus 1. Range doesn't matter.
Short range is 0 modification.
It also doesn't matter because I can shoot at short and long range without any penalties.
Okay. Go ahead.
I have the high ground, right?
Yeah.
Do I get any kind of bonus because I'm shooting at it from the high ground?
There's no modifier
Says
for that.
Pathfinder.
Okay. I mean, look, I had to try. Yes, it's Pathfinder. All right. First shot.
That is
3
a hit.
hits.
The damage is capped at 1 because it is skeletal and this is a piercing weapon. So it takes 1.
Second attack.
Mm-hmm. Damage is capped at 1. It has taken a total of 6. It is badly injured.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right.
Look, I appreciate it, man.
Ralgar.
I want to take a running leap from the top of the edge and try to come down right on top of this thing and whack it with my staff. As I'm like, feeling young.
Okay. Then the way we're going to do this is you can just straight up make an attack roll and then you take fall damage.
Wait, tell me again. My head.
Wish I'd come up with that.
I can do a what roll?
Go ahead and make a melee roll.
Oh, all right.
It's your
miss,
strength.
bro.
It's your strength plus melee with your staff, and then
Plus 1d6 because he's like jumping and all that force, right?
Yeah.
No.
Here we go. Oh, come on.
Had to
headphones.
try.
So my headphones keep like going in and out of me. All right, so rolling. Whoops.
I wouldn't push it because
Does
you're
he
about to
whack
take
one of
damage.
us? Does he whack Anchor Eye?
Stop giving Josh ideas.
all right. Here's the fall damage roll.
This is gonna be so funny.
Oh, you take
Yeah,
2
that's-
points of damage to your strength from falling.
Does the armor absorb any of the ground hitting him?
Armor doesn't help with fall damage.
Yeah, I knew.
Are you broken or do you have
Nice.
strength left?
I've got 1 strength left.
All right. That'll
I'm here
be...
for the party.
Relgar
Are you
comes
guys getting
thrashing
pushed?
down next to it. He goes, just lands next to it. He goes swoof down into a bunch of underbrush and just busts his ankles on rocks. And he's laying there in pain.
Not used to this body yet.
And then it was back to the top with...
Lynn, but she's out of the pit.
Lynn.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not doing anything relevant. She's just panicking from up high.
She's supposed to be taking care of Sir Archibald Truffles.
She is. Then it's initiative 2, which is Grimrock.
Is she like getting upset or stressed out or anything like that?
She already is.
Are trees bending?
Bones are animating.
That's a very good way to say is the bomb about to go off. Are trees bending? I'm going to.
Did she just absorb the Lich's magic?
I'm gonna stab at the joints of the thingy.
Wait,
Trolley
hold on,
bones.
hold on. I yell. I see you prep, and I go. It's a skeleton. Use a slash attack, not a stab attack. What? Okay.
And I'll swing instead.
Okay.
You'd have been capped at 1 damage there. Stabbing is a piercing attack.
Yeah,
I was
you
just
choose
trying to
slash or
take them
stab.
apart at the
joints.
At the joints, yeah.
Okay.
I've played a game I will not name that has zombies in space.
Starfield? Do you have early access?
That's a lot of dice for 1 failure.
Animal Crossing? Push it, push it, push it.
Yeah, get a willpower.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it.
You push it? Alright, go for it.
That's more like it.
You have
2
taken...
damage.
You take 2 damage yourself to your strength, and you deal base damage plus 1. What's your base damage with that scimitar?
Base damage plus 1, that's base damage plus 3.
Oh,
That's
I didn't
place
see.
damage plus
I got it,
4.
I got it.
That's 2 successes on the 8.
It's base damage plus 3. And I didn't see the double
Artifact
success on
die.
artifact.
Damage is 2, so 5?
2, 3, 3, 4, 5. All right, let me roll his armor, which I forgot to do against those 2 arrows, by the way.
He forgot about it too.
Reduced by 1, so that's 4. All right, Grunralk. You have taken down the troll. You swing at his knees. They smash out from under him, and it collapses back into a pile of bones, and the amber glow slowly fades away from its eye sockets, leaving just a heap of bones behind, now in splinters.
Huzzah!
I'm gonna kick its skull and then hop around on 1 foot because I imagine it's very thick.
I'm gonna push up. Like, what the? Did you see that thing? It had like yellow glowing eyes, like the Lich.
I wasn't
feel
looking
like-
at its eyes.
I feel like things just do that when they're evil. Marigold,
No,
he's yellow.
He is, and that's a great point.
The honey
But,
lich was yellow.
I don't want to shout this up to you. This might be private conversation later. And I guess we'll start. Grunrock and I will. Actually, I'm gonna stay at the bottom and try and wait for Ralgar and Ragello to cross, and I'm gonna try and catch them. If they
Ralgar's
cross.
down here now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna push Ralgar up and try and catch Ragello if he falls.
Don't forget to loot the corpse, Ames.
It's a skeleton, bro. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna dig
probably-
around in the bones and see
I
if
was
there's
gonna
anything
say-
there.
He probably has like a stash of gold down there. Like 500 gold, easily.
Yeah, he's a troll.
All right, I'm
gonna-
gonna start looking.
I'm gonna help loot trolley bones.
Well, guess what? There's treasure down here.
Oh shit! Is there?
Yeah, there's 2 random rolls on the simple finds table in among the troll bones. This was just supposed to be set
One
dressing.
time I don't loot.
No, there's actually loot down here in the description, and you just weren't necessarily supposed to have to fight a bunch of troll bones to get it. But yeah, I'm gonna make some rolls here.
Oh, we weren't supposed to fight trollbones, so it was Lynn that did this.
It seemed
you
pretty
win.
clear that it was Lynn that did this. Her eyes started glowing, and then the light went on the bones, and then the bones all animated.
Well, that's what I was gonna say to Vergello, but probably
It was supposed to be evident that it was her.
Yeah, Vergello didn't see any of that down there. So I just like, oh, well, skeletons,
Yeah,
they can have
I'll,
glowing eyes.
when they're going to sleep, I'll tell them like, well, the honey didn't work. It fixed her bones, and now she's absorbed a new power. Phenomenal.
All right.
Fantastic.
You see bees following this kid, and I'm gonna lose my mind.
I say we just pump her full of magic and make like a crazy spellbook walking battery thing, and then point her at face melty dude and watch what happens.
I say we just march her towards that gate that apparently like no one can get past because it's so well guarded, and she'd be like, keep walking forward.
All right. Grunralk, you find another skeleton of a dead person that has tatters of old clothes on it, and still dangling from an old piece of twine in a leather pouch are some coins. 11 copper coins in a pouch. And Velas,
I find a treasure worth a gold or more.
you do not.
Kidding. I'm
I'm
honestly
trying to get
surprised.
experience here.
I mean, yeah, we all are.
You find
But we never
you find a small figurine statuette thing about yay big, about the size of a grapefruit, and it is carved from bone, and it is like a serpent wrapped around a little monolith sort of thing. It looks like a stone monument, like kind of like the Washington Monument. It's got like a pointed top and it's like a column thing, and it's carved so that it has a serpent wrapped all the way around it.
That's not worth the gold.
I didn't say anything.
Swear.
But you'd
That's
be
what
pretty
I'll find out
surprised.
when we do experience.
You'd be pretty surprised if it was worth a gold. It's mossy and stained and old and cracked, but it is well carved and kind of an interesting piece.
So is it safe for me
I
to
just have to
cross
find
now?
the right buyer. What'd you say, Bill?
Is it safe for me to cross now?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
gonna
go
catch me
ahead.
if I fall?
I'll catch you if you fall, buddy.
It's now a climb.
Untie the rope and bring it.
It's now a climb roll rather than a move roll because you are just hand over handing across the rope rather than having a bridge.
A climb roll?
Oh wait, they're both subsets of move, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's still a move roll. Sometimes there's talents and things that influence one or the other because they're different types of move, but
I'll catch you if
Yay.
you fall. Push
you're
it.
gonna
gonna
take a
push
tumble
it.
if you don't push it. Yeah.
Yay! I get a willpower.
Huzzah!
I twisted my ankle crossing the rope by hand.
All right. You make it across, yeah, and yeah. While kicking, you kick one of your shins into the side of the stone bridge while trying to reach it, and you end up with a gash on the front of your shin with some blood trickling down.
Ow.
I'm gonna go back up the original side and untie the rope so that I can bring it back across.
Okay.
Do I need to make a move to get up and then a move to get over?
Yep.
Well, it's probably gonna be up and then down and then up again. There's no bridge. If you're grabbing the rope, then
You make it to the top.
Yep, make it to the top. Now I slide back down to the ravine.
Then you climb up the other side. You make it across.
Then I
No issues.
walk across and I climb back up.
All right. All right.
I try and climb again.
Why are you Wait, where are you climbing a third time?
she
Well, she had
went
to go
up, got the rope, back down,
Oh.
and then up again.
Okay. Yeah, you're done climbing. You've made it to the other side.
I'm wasting all my sixes out here, man.
All right.
I'm gonna climb now.
Go for it.
Oh wait, what about Dahlia?
Wait, or should I?
I'll retroactively rope her across. She makes it. She made it across before
Has
you pulled the
Ralgar made
rope.
it up?
Yeah. No,
Alright.
no. Did you climb
I'm at the
yet?
bottom. I'm at the bottom.
You should climb.
First, I'm gonna wait for Velas to get up with the rope, and then I'm gonna be like, throw the rope down to me and pull me up, because I'm not very good at move.
Yep,
I desperately need to level up some here.
I will start like pulling and like with all of my strength, just pull Ralgar up.
What does that do for me, Josh?
If you're being pulled up with a rope, you get +2 dice on your move roll to get up.
All right. Let me give
So you get to roll your original move roll because you hurt your ankles.
Wait, is move is agility, not strength. Okay, good. Huzzah!
The whole party's
Yay.
up and across the ravine with a little bit of treasure in hand and a lot of injuries.
Can we sleep?
I mean, it's evening now. We're gonna have to set up camp.
All right.
I've always
Well,
set
I'll
up camp
keep it
in
on
the
this.
bottom of the ravine.
Oh,
And I'll
that's
just
a
bust out
fun
laughing.
idea.
Not advisable. All right.
Not with all this rain sound. This is more of like a technical thing. If I want to level up in a talent that I already have, does it take a quarter day or do I just do it?
You just do it. The only mention
Dang,
of
then
quarter
I could've
day is
been
when you do
adding
the first
an
time.
extra D8. Just so people who watch know, I am getting level 3 of Knife Fighter. It lets me add another D8 artifact die to all attacks with a knife or dagger.
Nice. All right. You set up camp somewhere nearby in the forest?
Yeah, we
Yes.
probably need to.
Yes.
During the evening, I'm going to go hunting. Since everyone else is setting up camp.
All right.
Well, one person is setting up camp.
I'm gonna keep watch.
All right.
No, it's
Right.
evening. You're supposed to sleep.
You're right. I keep watch at night. I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Rolling survival.
I'm gonna
for
keep
setting
watch.
up camp with a +1 from Dahlia, right?
Mm-hmm.
I set up camp.
Nice. You find a good spot to camp. And guess what? It's a beautiful place to set up camp because you
Are out of the dankwood.
go a short walk and and you see sparkling deep blue waters rippling in the evening sun under a warm breeze. You still hear chirping of birds and buzzing of forest crickets around you, but you are gazing out over the distant waters of Lake Varda, or what you suppose must be, and it is vast. Somewhere to the south, you can faintly make out the opposite shore many miles away, with maybe a few tree-covered islands in the distance near the southern shore. To the west, the lake goes beyond the horizon. You cannot see to its edges, even from a somewhat elevated position here, overlooking the lake from the top edge of a cliff. You can also make out that to the south, the lake seems to narrow as it feeds into what must be the Elia River, the river that you were traveling along that goes past the Wolf's Belly. And you can make out broad mud flats several hundreds of feet across along the lake shores to the south of you. Like the lake levels used to be higher and the river wider, and now there's just these broad muddy flats because presumably there's been less rainfall. And yeah, I'm going to so here's the party, and I'm going to move your flag over to the edge of the lake. You are at the top edge of a cliff, and down below you, you can see beaches along the edge of the lake. And I'm going to reveal a bit here. Because you are at a good vantage point, I'm actually going to reveal some of the adjacent hexes and what you can see. Basically out to a radius around you. You can make out the shores to the north. You can see out into the lake. You can make out some distant islands on the southern shore. Boom. There you go.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
this lake just goes to the west, farther than you can see.
Can't believe we're gonna have to swim across that lake.
Sick.
Each one of these hexes is 10 kilometers, so
I
It's a good thing we're all such good
am
swimmers.
exhausted. I think we should turn in for the night.
I'm going hunting.
I'm gonna spend this quarter day practicing dodging.
I can't do anything else because I had to make camp, right? Yeah, I was searching
Yeah.
for camp.
Yeah, but Lynn's gonna keep watch.
okay. You're gonna have Lynn keep watch? What?
Yeah, because I'm trying to learn a new skill.
All right. Lynn will keep watch. Grenrog sleeps. Vergello hunts. Ralgar, Dahlia, and Ralgar and Dahlia.
Set up camp.
Oh, and they did. Oh, this is still evening. Okay. Yeah, there's no encounter. I rolled this one already. You succeeded on your wits. Fast footwork. You can dodge for free once every round. The extra dodge doesn't count towards your actions in the round. Nice. And
Does that mean that I won't fall prone?
No, you just don't. It doesn't use one of your actions.
So then you
to
can have an
dodge.
action to stand back up and then still attack or whatever.
Okay, so I still fall prone, and if
Mhm.
someone were to attack me, they would have advantage. But I can get up without it costing me anything.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm still down with it. That would have
Alright.
been very helpful the last round.
The evening passes without incident. It is now...
Do I get to go hunting?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What do I roll again? Is it survival and then marksmanship?
I believe so.
I find nothing.
Okay. And you will suffer a hunting mishap. You find an animal already dead. It is a large deer.
Oh wait,
lying
hang
on
on.
the
I need to
ground.
roll. I need to roll one more d6 because I have
Okay.
master of the hunt. Okay. I find an already dead deer.
You find an already dead deer lying on the ground. It looks large enough to supply at least 2 units of meat.
What killed this deer?
It's not evident at a glance.
Do I see like blood and stuff, or do I just see?
You don't see any visible wounds.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna assume it died from something it ate. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay. Head back.
Yeah.
All right.
If it's poison or tainted or anything, then you don't want to eat something that just died.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it is nighttime, so everybody move yourselves to where you want to be. We'll try to do it quickly.
Gronrock is gonna keep watch. I spilled something, and he cleaned it up, and then was like, "Well, I'm asleep. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick." But he's gonna keep watch.
All right. Whoops. Maybe not going wrong. There we go. All right. The night passes uneventfully. And it is morning time.
Yay. Food and water. We're right by a lake. Does water matter?
You can go down to the shores of the lake to refill on water if you'd like.
Yeah.
The waters of the
I'm
lake
gonna
are
go.
crystal clear and icy cold.
Tasty.
You can dodge at a -2 to stay upright. So saith the chat.
Yeah. Adam reminded
That came up
Aimee
last
of that.
session, I think.
Yeah.
It's a frequently forgot rule. All right. So it's morning now. What would everybody like to do?
Go for a hike. We can keep on traveling. I don't know what direction.
Wait. Hey, everyone, before we do that, this seems like a very nice campsite. And there are some things I need to keep repairing our armor. I need to practice some new skills. Do we maybe want to take one day here?
I don't have a problem with that. Bolas?
Yeah, no, it's fine by me. We can got camp set up already. We can hunt. We can gather.
And then we don't have to wake up Grunrock. Looks like he fell asleep again.
Yeah, let's just let him rest for a little bit.
All right. Place yourselves on any actions you want to do.
Figuring out the skills, the talents that I want to pick up here.
I'm going hunting.
All right. No encounters. Go ahead and make your survival roll to hunt.
Survival. There we go. With the +1.
Oh,
Nothing.
You suffer a hunting mishap. You lose some of your hunting gear or a weapon. The GM decides which.
Do I lose a stack of arrows? I mean, I only hunt with my bow and arrows, so it's the only hunting equipment I have. The weapon is just my bow, but it's the only weapon I have.
Some of your hunting gear or a weapon. All right. Roll a d6. On a nat 1, your bow will get dropped and fall into the lake. On a higher number, you're going to lose some amount of arrows. Okay. Roll your arrow die 3 times. Then you lose the minimum, which is 1 arrow unit. So just go down 1 die on arrows.
Just keep your die of arrows. and
Yeah, I'll just
rid
get
of
it back
mine.
from you. Yeah.
All right. Then other actions in the morning time, or do we advance to daytime?
I would like
Josh,
to try to learn a talent. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nope,
Go
you
ahead.
go first.
It's just a wits roll.
Okay.
That's all.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Josh, I DM'd you a question. Can you read it real quick and let me know?
I failed.
What skill were you trying to learn? Or is that a secret?
Brawler.
Brawler.
Because what happens if I lose my scimitar? I need to be able to fight still.
Yeah.
Basically unarmed combat.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking at that one. But then I'm thinking hammer fighter, so I can keep
Have
using
you-
stabs and stuff.
Have you thought about the defender one at all, Hank?
I looked at it briefly. The shield fighter thing, or
No, the defender, you get 1 free parry every round of combat. And it doesn't count towards your actions.
All right. Are there any other actions being taken this morning, or do we move ahead to daytime?
It depends on your answer to my question, Josh.
Oh, sorry. Wait, I don't see. Did you send it to me on
It's-
Discord?
Yeah, on your and my.
Oh,
didn't
I
put it
have
in the
no alerts, but it's there. Okay.
There it is.
I'm willing to hand wave it this time because of your dive. I think that in the spirit of the rules that meets the requisite.
Cool. All right. In that case, then I'm gonna spend this morning trying to repair Grunrock's armor some more.
Okay.
So, hey, Grunrock, do you want me to try to fix your armor even more? I like fixing your armor. Hey, can I ask you something while I'm working on this?
Is Hank muted?
It might be me.
Yeah, what's up, big guy?
I can hear him.
I was thinking,
I was holding the wrong key because I had my shirt over my face.
now that I'm kind of younger again, I think I might need to learn some new things. You see, last time I was this age, I put a lot of effort into learning my magic, but I'm not a very good fighter. You are a very good fighter. I was wondering if maybe this afternoon you could teach me a few moves so that maybe I could be a better fighter. Maybe you could be my melee teacher?
You want to learn how to use a sword?
Well, I just want to get better at meleeing in general.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We can spar a little bit.
Push this.
Just don't go whimpering if I bruise you up.
Ha! Good luck. I am fast. Why isn't it letting me push? Where's my push dialogue? Because I really don't want to break your armor.
I'd appreciate that. The goblin is already kind of offensive. Running around with no clothes on would bring that to a whole new level.
I mean, I'm not going to break it either way, but... Alright, let me see if I can get this dialogue to work. I'm reopening my
While
character
he's
sheet.
fixing that, I will have spent part of the morning just having like a good kind of walk around, a good look, looking to see if there's any signs of like civilization around here. Is there any people, any camps, any bandits? Does it look like this place gets any kind of traffic?
Make a scouting roll. And Ralgar, you are taking 2 damage to strength from the 2 skulls that were on there. One of them didn't get removed from the second roll, but I go by the position in the little image. So, yeah, you took 2 points of damage to the strength, and the armor is irreparable from this point.
So
It
it
is
means
now-
I got it to
max 2.
2.
It can no longer be improved. It is damaged in a way that you will need a new suit of armor if you want to improve it further. The loss. All right. You
That laugh terrifies and excites me.
you find this is a remote place. You're on a cliff at the edge of a thick forest that's difficult to travel through on the far side of a ravine overlooking a lake. And you see no signs of civilization from where you are. However, after a morning of searching, you sit and rest at the cliff top and you're looking out over the lake, and you swear that for a minute you see a massive bulge about 15-20 feet across moving just under the surface of the water, some big dark form that's racing across the surface of the water and then disappears back down into the depths.
Awesome. Yeah. And I've actually, after I've looked around and I've watched for a minute, I just want to do a quick check-in with Stan and Gis. And pull it on, if you like. After I was, like, confident there was no one around here, I saw what I saw. I'm going to put my back against the tree, pull the crown on, and just be like, well, there's been a development. We found the honey lich. The child ate of its flesh. I bet it might save it. Save her. Not it. Might save her. She seems to have absorbed the power of the honey lich. What? How is that possible?
You are meddling with dark magic that you do not understand.
I do not understand any magic, but you've not given me anything helpful other than kill her in the still mist.
That is because we do not know. Perhaps there is something you could try.
Well, I'm all ears, and not just because I'm an elf.
You could place the crown upon the girl's head so that we could study her, peer into her soul, see what lies inside.
How's that going to go over with her? I mean, the kid doesn't like magic in general. You think she's going to like a couple of elves chattering in her ear? And what are you going to tell her? Fuck off, time to die, kid? That's Come on, guys, give me something actual to work with here.
When the crown is worn, we can see the personified spirit of the person who wears it. If perhaps she has some dark magic inside her, we may be able to see it or feel it or understand it. But we could not predict the effects. You would have to be prepared to pull the crown off quickly, should anything strange happen.
You mean like bringing troll skeletons to life, bending trees, the ground bleeding, whatever the fuck is in Lake Varda, shooting and catapulting itself out and attacking us? You mean like that? These are all very calm and confident things to say from the safety of death.
A feminine voice says, "Language, Valas. Young Valas. Watch your language. We are your elders, and you will speak to us with respect. An offer has been made. If you can convince her to put the crown on, we might be able to learn more. But without that, these descriptions, these are not helpful. We can tell that there is some uncontrolled magic inside her, and that she is struggling to contain it, and that is all that we know."
I will consider it. I will discuss it with the others. She will perhaps wear it. Perhaps she will not. Perhaps I will continue to speak vulgarly. Perhaps I will not. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to take the crown off.
Okay.
Also, it's morning.
I think, have we all taken actions for the morning? Do we advance it to daytime?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Wrong thing. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Talk to the group. if there's anything you want to tell them.
So, here's the thing. I'm gonna kind of like pull them away from Lynn and Dahlia. This is what they said, and I'm gonna tell them what they suggested in the crown. It's hard to say whether or not Lynn will be open to it, because we know she doesn't like magic, but also the crown blocks magic, or it's supposed to. And I could stand beside her with my hand on the crown, ready to snatch it off if it came to it. Honestly, it's hard to say whether or not they'd be able to see inside of her. They could see a darkness in me, but people have been saying that to me my whole life, you know? So it's just... You guys care to weigh in?
It sounds like the best they could offer us is, yes, we see that there's something wrong with the child, which is stuff we already know. And they've been so out of touch with the world that it's not like they can give us a tangible person or direction that could solve her problem. So I say don't worry about it and stop asking them for help on like this kind of stuff just because they almost are useless. No offense to like, you know, your elders or anything, but
No. Definite offense. They've been nothing
I
but
can't even get a
useless.
fishing net like in greetings from them. Like,
Damn it! I forgot to ask for the... Listen, I've tried.
I do not think it is a good idea. This child has anger within her, much anger, and she has an affinity for power. I worry that if she puts that crown on, she will never take it off.
Not to be the one speaking, as the Nightwalker's advocate or anything, but we also let Velas wear the crown, and she has all of that, so...
No, fair enough.
I don't have Churmog inside of me.
No, but I mean, ghostly dagger, dark, evil monster eyes.
A desire to kill every
think-
magician in the world.
I think my only thing for that is just like she found it more or less. So
That's fair. Liquor's rights. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm okay with the kid putting the crown on, but I understand why it's probably a bad idea too. And I'm not exactly the smartest when it comes to this kind of thing. Take that as you will.
Oh, you heard our advice, but ultimately, this is your decision.
Yeah, you got the gold and the fancy rocks. Come on, Ralgar. Let's see if you can beat me up.
Yeah, let's go fight. I have been looking forward to this.
I'm going hunting.
All right. Go ahead and make rolls.
What do I need to do? Or am
Oh,
I just
nothing.
am I just a placeholder?
Is anybody
just-
on keep watch?
You're just spending a quarter day
I'm gonna
being
ask
my
Dahlia.
teacher, so you just can't do anything else.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna keep watch with Lynn, and I'm gonna talk with her.
Okay.
I got a success.
Skill. Plus 5 XP.
Nice, Bill. Good job.
Thank you.
And melee
I'm
goes up.
trying to look up what I'm supposed to do. I've only succeeded once, and I killed a squirrel.
Hank thinks the rattling ice in my drink are his headphones busting. Oh, scratch that. He thinks it's me dropping the can again.
First, you must find your prey. You can do by making a survival roll. Success means that you find some kind of prey. Roll on the table above to see what type of animal it is. So, Josh, do I roll a d6 to see what kind of animal it is?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, that's another freaking mouse.
Can you not re-roll?
No. If I think level 3 of the Master Hunt lets me roll 2 dice and I get to pick one.
It's a snack.
You got a
It's
shrew. Tasty.
I mean, I'm not gonna waste an arrow.
Difficulty. Okay. That's fine. Then what was the yes to, Elric? I missed it. Elric said yes to something. All right.
It could have been me asking a general question about hunting.
Oh, okay. At camp, Lynn and Velas are keeping watch. She's being moody and she's avoiding eye contact.
Go ahead and say your piece.
What?
I mean, you're obviously pissed about something. Go ahead and say your piece. Does nothing to try and eat it.
Funny you should say eat it.
Ah, you don't like being told what to do. I don't like when you're being unhelpful. I don't like when you fall. I don't like when you knock me off of ropes. You don't see me tossing it in your face.
Did you hypnotize me?
I did, in a way. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's convincing. I phrased it in a way that it made your brain think that it was okay. And it fixed your arm, just like I said it would. Did it not?
I don't like when you lie to me.
When did I lie to you?
You forced me to do something I didn't want to do.
That's not lying to you. That's called parenting. Deal with it.
You're not my mom.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Your mom is dead. Okay? You don't have a parent. Ralgar's doing the best he can, and you're not listening to him.
She
So I
stands
made
up
you
on the
listen
rock.
to me.
She makes an angry face. She balls her fist and she's shaking.
I get it. You're pissed. But one of the biggest things that pisses you off is being full of magic. I did what I thought might help you get rid of the magic, but would definitely fix your shoulder. I am not looking for a thank you, though what I gave you was incredibly expensive. But you're traveling with us. You have to trust us. You have to let us help you. You have to listen to us sometimes. You're allowed to have different opinions.
Her fists are balled up and she's shaking, and her hair is sort of standing up with like static electricity.
See, remember when I told you to say your piece? When you try and eat it, it just builds up inside of you? That's what's happening right now. Because you can't control your magic. It was forced upon you. Take a deep breath, kid.
I bet I could control it if I wanted to. And I'll tell you what I want to do right now. And off in the distance you hear...
Hear a neigh?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me what you want to do. And I'm going to turn and look at whatever's neighing.
A horse rides up, just trots up, trip, 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 in your general direction. And it is a beautiful auburn-colored horse with fancy saddlebags and a long white mane. It is a stallion, and it's got a multicolored blanket draped across its back. And it trots up to you and then stops and then sniffs at each of you. It looks a little agitated and frustrated, and it has no rider. It's got a very expensive looking saddle on its back.
Is it carrots?
Brief pause, kid. Go ahead and take a breath. I'm going to pull standing gifts out of my backpack so she doesn't make it fucking explode again. And I'm going to walk over to the horse and just try and calm it down. Go ahead. Like I said, speak your piece. I'm right here. You want to blast some magic at me? You want to blast some magic into the water?
She was in the middle of losing her cool, and this horse totally broke the mood. She's now just blinking and staring confused at the horse and at you, and she's like, shut up. Where did this horse come from?
Beats the hell out of me. Come look at this blanket, though. This shit's nice. It's like
when you reach out and try to touch the horse, it backs up a little bit and sort of kicks you off, and it seems agitated, and it's flailing around a bit and doesn't want you to touch it. You'll have to make an animal handling roll to calm it down.
That's an empathy roll. I'll do my best. Hey!
Wow. You succeed. Despite having a very low skill, you're probably doing something, and Lynn's going, "That's not how you calm down a horse." And then the horse is like, nuzzles up on you.
Listen, I understand that you're pissed, and I'm not very good at a lot of things. Parenting one of them. I didn't have parents. I don't have kids. But I'm trying to take care of you. Speak your mind when you're pissed. Don't chew on it. Because that's when your hair starts going staticky, the trees start bending, blood starts pooling out of the ground. You want to come pet the horse? I'm going to check out these saddlebags.
Yeah, I'll pet the horse. She goes up and pets the horse.
Is there money in the saddlebags?
There's something in the saddlebags. Give me
What
a
is
two.
in the saddlebags?
Give me a 2d6 roll, Aimee. 41.
Oh, I had to get a 1 eventually.
Fingers.
All right. 41. Okay, one sec. You find 2 things.
Is
One.
one of them worth a gold or more?
I swear.
I bet you that saddle's worth a gold
I
or more.
will start to murder people if that question keeps getting asked every time.
Sorry. Then again, if the
Alright.
person he murders is Lynn, that solves a lot of stuff.
That was 41. All right. There's 2 things in this saddlebag. One is a silver bracelet. Looks pretty valuable. It's got vines entwined around it. The second thing is a signet ring that looks to be some turquoise colored stone with a pink rose on top of it. This is the kind of signet that a noble would wear that would symbolize their particular noble family.
I bet we could get a sweet reward for something here.
The third thing that you notice is that the colorful blankets that are draped over this fine saddle have some blood splattered on them.
Ooh. Well, that's less good. I'm gonna pocket the 2 things and look at the blanket, still petting the horse. I'm gonna try and lift it. Does it look like the horse is bleeding?
You see no injuries on the horse.
Alright. Well, it looks to me, Lynn, like we've got someone possibly hurt or dead. Would you like to stay at camp, or would you like to come with me and see if we can find someone who's hurt?
I'll find a dead guy. Whatever.
Fucking sweet. I'm gonna run back and grab my backpack. I'm gonna put my standing gifts back in my backpack and throw it on my shoulders and go with Lynn and start looking for. I'm gonna tie the horse to a tree near camp. Like tie its reins to a tree so it doesn't wander.
All right.
And then Lynn and I are gonna start looking for a hurt guy. Do I see any blood?
You can make a scouting roll, and camp is unwatched right now.
Dahlia's there.
Uh-huh. All right, Dahlia will take over keeping watch. 2 successes scouting roll. Oh. Sorry. It's a survival roll because this is a tracking thing. It was the wrong skill. Nice. Yeah, you try to
I
follow.
am hot tonight, guys. I am rolling hot.
You set out to follow the horse's trail, and you find Tracks leading to tracks leading to tracks, weaving out through the forest via a path different from the ones that you have previously taken, and eventually they lead you to somewhere out in the forest where you find a horrific sight. You find the body of a well-dressed noble who was wearing like shiny chainmail armor, who was completely dismembered, ripped limb from limb, his clothing, his armor torn to shreds, strewn about in pieces. This guy is in 5 or 6 separate pieces in a forest clearing. There is blood everywhere. And there appear to be very strange tracks leading off into the forest. Tracks that are massive and indistinct and winding, tracks that could only belong to some sort of creature with roots for feet.
Like a
massive creature with
roots for feet. Wait a minute.
It looks like an ant trail.
Wait a minute. What are ints doing out here?
You have found entrails and entrails.
Boom! Where?
I would like to
You know
shake
what
your
these
hand,
are? I
Josh.
say as I start walking towards the pants section of the dismembered part of this guy's body to loot the pockets.
Roll a
Go ahead and
d6.
start getting the chainmail off. Grunrock is probably going to need it. Or we can sell it. Do you know
Lynn
what
is
an
just
int is,
looking
Lynn?
at this body. I've heard of them.
Ints are pretty cool. So basically you take an elven heartstone, and I'm like fiddling through the pockets of this guy, and you put it inside of a tree when the elf decides that they don't really want to live anymore, and they can become ints. Am I saying this right? Do I remember this correctly from our original talks about
Uh-huh.
elves and ints?
If you say something wrong,
And-
I'll tell you.
So, I guess the trees can walk around, but usually they make their way to the still mist, and there's like this whole pomp and circumstance. We actually came across some, but it was like elves with the ants, and they're usually, to my understanding, pretty calm. I mean, the elves want to be dead, so they become ants. Their hearts go into tree stones, and then they go and they
I feel like
guard
we
the
could have
still
just said Veloz rambles about tree ants to Lynn.
Ramble. What's my loot?
That's what I want to know. What's the loot?
Well, in his pockets, he has 6 silver pieces and a handkerchief with a symbol of a pink rose on a turquoise background.
Oh, he has a favor.
Or cold.
Lynn, did you get that armor off of him?
What?
Go ahead and start taking the chainmail off, the silver chainmail.
The chainmail is torn to pieces.
I can fix it.
You
The
can't.
God damn. Alright. So we've got his stuff. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot here. Does the ant look, the ant trails look, not the entrails, but the ant trails, do they look like they're making their way towards my camp, or they're moving off in another direction?
They're moving off to the northwest.
Sick. Alright, Lynn, you ready to go back? We made some money.
Is this how you make money?
Sometimes. But I did find this. Would you like it? I'm going to pull out the silver vine bracelet. I could sell it, or you could have it to wear. It's up to you.
I'll wear it.
Okay.
She puts it on. She likes it.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of neat looking, too.
We
She'll
are
be
ruining this
obsessively
child.
she'll be obsessively playing with it and spinning it around while walking. If anybody has die rolls still to make for their daytime rolls, speak now or forever return to camp.
Forever.
Return to
We're,
camp.
we're done fighting.
All right. Yeah, everybody makes their way back to camp. We regather. It is... Dahlia was keeping watch. You two were doing other things.
Through the intensive training, Ralgar learns that Grunrock is just making this shit up as he goes. He's not actually a very practiced fighter. He's just been swinging the scimitar for a very long time.
You two are still in camp, and at some point you notice that your friends are gone and that there's a really nice horse just tied up at your camp.
Oh, Grunrock, look, a pinata.
Emergency food? What are we doing with a white horse?
Dahlia steps out and she's like, "You're not eating this horse."
Well, not now. We've got plenty of food from the innkeeper.
Lynn and Velas found this horse somehow. They're off looking to see if they can find its rider.
Damn it, Velas and her liquor's rights. Why does she always get the cool stuff?
At that point, Lynn and Velas come striding back up to the camp.
What up, bitches? We made some money.
Lynn is going, "Silver bracelet," and she's waving.
I'm gonna
it
throw a
around.
rock at Velas as soon as she comes back into camp.
Good luck, bitch. I can dodge for free now.
Why do you always get the cool stuff? I want the big horse.
We can all have the horse. I've already got a cool horse. Somewhere.
I want 2 horses.
Vergella
I
returns
walk
from
over
the
to
hunt.
you. I walk over to you and I sniff your hair. I go, "You smell like dead people. What did you find?"
I found a dead dude. So I got the money.
What kind
Lynn's
of
just in the background nodding.
I walk back into camp from hunt. It's like, guys, I just found another mouse. I didn't even bother shooting at it. Whose horse is that?
Velas found it. There's a dead guy. Lynn stole his bracelet.
Did he have anything that could identify him?
Yeah, the sick ass. Oh, you know shit. Does this insignia mean anything to you, Rapcar?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, does the insignia look familiar?
Can we all roll lore?
I
Sure.
got 2 successes on it.
Double success will do it.
Not that we're gonna do better than him.
That's how I feel literally anytime you guys do anything else.
I would have laughed if I'd roll 3 successes on my
I was
3
gonna
lore
laugh too.
dice.
So does anyone feel like moving? Ralgar doesn't.
All right. Sorry, one sec.
I'm gonna tell you guys about the int and that it looked like it was going away and just my surprise. Because, to my understanding, Josh, ints aren't necessarily aggressive creatures, right? Or solo creatures?
Ents would only resort to violence when forced to defend their forest or an elven settlement, or when provoked to attack someone or something.
But is there any reason for
corrupted
an
or
int
evil.
to be in this forest?
Oh, there's ents all over this forest.
Yeah, we're in the dankwood. And probably just some arrogant noble, like, saw a tree, started moving. He thought it was a monster, and he attacked it, and learned why he should have stayed home.
Makes sense to me. I'm just happy. Look, we got some money. We got 6 silver off this dude. We got this rad-ass blanket that we can cover up with. It's got a little bit of blood, but I mean, so
I
does
mean,
my
one of
rope.
ours doesn't have a little bit of blood on it.
We found this super cool bracelet.
I guess we should just hope that no
All right.
one recognizes the stuff.
Ralgar.
Ralgar, you succeeded on your lore roll to recognize this as the sigil of a minor noble family of Alderland that served the late King Algarod during the last of the Alder Wars. They were a family of war heroes who were gifted lands and wealth by the king before the demon flood and the blood mist and everything bad happened that broke the world, basically. And they are the Pinethorn family, and this is their house sigil. So they are a wealthy, landowning family of the north with a lineage going back to Alderland.
So I know that they are a family from the north somewhere.
They're from Alderland, which is far, 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 far to the south, but they were granted land somewhere in the north by the king when he was up here during the Elder Wars.
That's what I want to know is where their land is.
You don't know that much.
I just know it's somewhere north of the Outer Land.
Well, then it's safe to
Got
say
it.
it's probably not too far from here.
You know that
And maybe
it's
he's-
somewhere in the northern portions of the Forbidden Lands. It could be anywhere around here.
Can
Maybe
I
he's-
roll lore on the handkerchief as well? Was that the same symbol, or was that
It
a
was the
different
same.
symbol?
It's the
It
same
was the
symbol.
same family symbol.
Okay.
That's their
Ew,
family
his sister gave it
crest.
to him?
Maybe he just felt like this was his land and was cutting down trees and stuff, and it didn't take kindly to it.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like you'd come dressed in chainmail on a horse to just chop wood as like a noble. That you would send someone to do that.
You
Chances
found
are-
no weapons and no tools at the massacre site.
Oh,
Honestly, I can't tell you what I think he'd be doing. I walked around all morning and didn't see signs of anyone. I did see some big monster thing in the lake, so we definitely should not go out on that lake. I don't know if I pointed that out to y'all.
Then I guess I'll stop carving the boat that I was carving out of the tree.
Sorry, man.
I am a wolfkin, not a dog. And if that handkerchief was given to him by someone else, by a family member or someone from his estate, I may be able to track them.
Well, you're welcome to sniff it, but it's been in my pocket for a minute.
Tracked by scent?
I've got hunting instincts. Wolfkin have a powerful sense of smell, can track their prey for days. Once they have caught the scent, spend a willpower point to designate a person or a creature as your prey. The prey must be, well, never mind. It has to be within line of sight. There must be a scent to follow. So I have a
do
scent,
we-
but I don't have line of sight.
Do we even want to find the family? Like, we'd have to give back the stuff that we clearly looted.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in that.
Signet rings on their own. They carry value in their ability to represent the people that they're known from. Otherwise, they don't have. Someone's not going to pay us for a signet ring.
No,
Like
but they
yellow-
might pay us for a very decoratively carved ring, completely unrelated, assuming
Well-
they don't know the lore of the family.
Or
It's
the
also
family may
possible-
pay more, so that it doesn't.
It says
fall
that
into
that you have to have line of sight or a scent to
Yeah.
follow. For the
Oh, well,
record, you spend a
So-
willpower point per day that you track the person, and then you can survival by scent.
I'm
So
no
you could try to scent track this guy.
I'm no expert when it comes to nobles, but I'm pretty sure if we come back with a signet ring and say that they were killed, they may as well consider us robbers. Even if we give back everything he had on him, assuming that he wasn't already robbed of something else.
What if we bring the body?
I mean, that still just sort of implicates us as being the last people to have technically seen him alive as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, or we go and we sell this ring, and then somehow the family finds out that that ring was sold. They ask the merchant who they bought it from, and then they say it was us, and then they think we killed him. I think
we
it is
just have-
better to return
Then
to
we
the
just have
family.
Veloz can just disguise herself and sell it somewhere.
Throw the damn thing in the lake and let's move on.
But then they're gonna think the fish in there is the murderer, and we
Alright,
can't have that.
Dios. Let's just make camp. God, my head hurts.
Ah, camp is already made.
Already made.
Camp is made. Shall we rest?
Evening. It's evening now.
It's evening now.
It's evening now, yeah.
I'm gonna try and do some evening hunting.
All right, go
Should
for
we
it.
flip a coin? Heads, we track down the family. Tails, we just carry it and sell it.
You carry it and sell it. I've already deemed that it's tails. It's in my pocket.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to give it
sleep.
to the family.
It's evening right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna roll wits
I
for
get
a
a
new
hunting
talent.
mishap.
That sucks, Bill. I'm sorry.
All right. Chad asked if there's fishing.
Now without the awesome net that
Without
we're
a fishing
supposed to
net.
get from the elves.
Bill still.
I
has
mean,
a
I
net.
have a fishing net.
Oh.
We have plenty of food. And I just want to try hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate you looking out for us, Stephanie.
Yeah, I have a fishing net, but
All right. hunting mishap is you encounter a savage and hostile animal.
Oh, sounds like it might be prey unless it's something I can't take down.
We're about to see what it is.
I like that attitude, buddy. I like that attitude a lot.
Turns out to be that ant that attacked the nobleman earlier.
Jeez. That would be awful,
That would be
Alright.
terrible.
Bill,
but also hilarious.
you are out hunting and you stumble upon an angry and defensive bear.
Gummit. I knew it was going to be a bear.
It was wolf, bear, other. Equal odds. Other would have taken me to a weird table.
That would have had like the end on it.
Yeah, we're going to... you're staring at each other from across a clearing. You're not in arm's reach, but you are at near distance. And we're going to draw initiative. First for you. 5. Then for the bear. 7. You react first.
I mean, I have to run away.
You flee. Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a move roll, and if you succeed, you will get away. This is retreat or flee, whatever it's called. I always mix up the terms, but a move roll can extract you from a combat. That is a fail. You can push it if you like.
Push. Yeah. Nope.
Oh dear. You are going to move, but not break away from the combat, and it's going to come charging after you. So after you make the attempt to flee the combat, you will have 1 fast action left. You can use that to go a zone and increase the distance between you if you like.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going.
All right. It's going to double move so that it is...
Keeping pace.
Yeah, keeping pace with you. It's going to make a move roll to try to catch up to you. I think the two of you are full sprinting, and whether or not it gains on you is just going to be an opposed move roll. So it's going to roll move, and you roll move, and we'll see who wins. And
Okay,
if you
so I need to
win,
roll
you'll
move
keep
again?
away from it. Yeah, go ahead and make roll move again.
That's at least 1 success.
All right. The bear comes charging after you through the trees, and you're dodging and weaving. 2, 3. All right. You've kept your distance. Now you get another attempt to get away.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Are you yelling for help at all?
Oh, of course I'm screaming the whole time, but I have no idea how far away from you guys I am.
He's out hunting. He's not
Yeah.
with anybody.
Like I'm not near anyone.
You've failed to get away. Are we going to have a sprint off again? I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
not pushing
gonna
this
have to.
vehicle.
I can't push that.
All right. Here's a sprint off. If it beats you on one of these, it'll catch up to you. It got 1 success. You make a move roll.
Can I push that?
You can push that. You're running for your life. You're pushing every roll.
Dadgummit.
Oh, Lord. The bear catches up to you, and it
Josh,
is...
unrelated. This is giving me huge vibes from Pendragon.
Yeah, yeah. Is this going to be the second time I kill you with a wild animal while you're hunting? All right, the bear is going to make a swipe on you. It's going to get up on you and try to claw and bite at you ferociously. So there's a paw attack. This is a... Oh, Lord, this is 9 dice. Do you want to dodge, parry, or just hope?
I get 1 free dodge.
Okay.
Where is dodge? Oh, dodge is just a move roll.
And you can do it at a -2 to not fall prone.
Well, I'm rolling a 2, so no thank you.
Okay. Here we go. It got exactly 1 success, which is going to be 2 damage. Oh, Lord. The dodge fails. You're going to take
Can
2
I
damage.
push it? Or
You can push the dodge roll if you want. Is 2 strength going to break you, or are you still going to be up?
I mean, I'm either going to be down to 1 strength or 1 agility.
If you push this, you might be to 0 agility, which basically kills you.
Yeah, I'll just take the 2.
Do you have any armor?
I do have armor. I forgot.
Go ahead and roll your armor. You're taking 2 damage reduced
How do I
by...
roll armor? Just that?
There's a button and then click roll.
Well, my armor is
This
The
armor
bear-
is cursed.
Bill, stop playing the opposite of.
I can't help it. The skulls look so cool.
You get mauled by a bear, and you...
And then it's my turn.
and it shreds your armor, and then it's your turn to try to get away again.
I've seen this movie. It doesn't work out for Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think now that it's in arm's
Well, he
reach
got
of
an
you,
Oscar.
I think now that it's in arm's reach of you, you have to succeed on 2 move rolls: 1 to break out of melee, and then 1 to get away from the combat. Because it's
Can I try to
Throw some
calm
food.
the animal down?
using what?
Animal handling. That was my best recommendation.
I don't know if you can once.
Just like, instead of being Leonardo
Once
DiCaprio in that
hostility
movie with
has
the bear.
started.
Chad is
Chris-
telling you to curl up in a ball and asking if you have honey.
Do you have honey? Do you have candy
Eat
flesh?
lich flesh.
I have
Lich
one.
flesh?
I have one thing of the honey lich jerky.
Animal handling's
that-
not going to do it. So do you want to try move rolls to get away, or do you
What-
want to fling
what
it some
Animal
lich
handling
flesh?
+5 because lich flesh.
Would the honey lich jerky do anything for the bear?
I think honey-soaked meat
here, boy.
is probably the perfect bear deterrent.
That's probably why the bear is attacking me in the first place.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
Yeah.
you're laying prone anyway. You don't really have a choice but to pull honey jerky.
Yeah. I pull the honey jerky out.
All right, you pull out some
You'd have to
honey-soaked,
move disengage and move flee.
and he's prone. I think he's basically just guaranteed to get eaten by a bear. But you're pulling out the honeyed necrotic flesh, which is
survived
Are you
like
gonna throw it, or are you gonna eat it?
If it distracts the bear, I'm gonna distract the bear and run away.
All right, describe what you do. You reach in, you're laying on the ground. The bear is over you. You're at 1 health, and it is about to devour you. It's coming down with its jaws gaping.
I'm just gonna take out that honey jerky and throw it in its mouth, basically, at its mouth, not to get it to score in, but to where it tastes it a little bit and it can smell it, and hope that is way more appealing than me, and then try and move away.
You stuff its face with honeyed lich flesh, and then it sits back on its fat bear butt, and then it goes to your pack where all of the honeyed flesh was, and it is going to try to rip your whole backpack off of your back to tear into it and see if there is more honey on the inside. This is the perfect bear snack. I don't really know how to argue with it.
What are the odds that it gets stabbed by the manticore spines I have in my backpack?
It's possible.
You would also describe the flesh as making us feel completely satiated.
It is. Oh yeah, it does. It makes you feel complete. It magically makes you feel sated, and it is soaked in honey, and it is rotten flesh. This is bear bait 101.
So would the bear want to just go hibernate after it has a bite?
Especially because now it's like a little cub, right?
I mean, it's messing around with my backpack.
You know
I'm
what?
hoping that
You're right. This stuff makes you magically sated to full, and it even delays the amount of time before you have to make a food roll again. I think this bear is going to devour this stuff, and it's going to be frantically searching for more. And if you want to salvage your pack or anything in it, you're going to have to make one move roll to do so. Otherwise, it's going to grab the pack and start tearing into it. And so if you want to try to grab anything out of it before you let it go, you can make a move roll to do it.
What's in your backpack that's not on Sir Archibald Truffles?
So looking at the stuff that I have that I just have listed as carrying, question, Josh, I guess just for thing, like I have the healing bag that I said that I'd be carrying that, but why would I be carrying that hunting? Like we made camp.
You wouldn't carry that hunting. It's a big heavy
so
thing.
So the stuff that I would carry with me, like just hunting, would just be like my quiver of arrows, my bow, and just a pouch that has extra food and rations and some water.
Yeah, you would probably be carrying food and water and all that stuff. So,
yeah.
If you succeed on a move roll, I'll let you grab a die worth of your own food out of the pack before it tears into it.
Okay, so I would salvage one die of my own food on a successful move. If I don't succeed, is there any
you can drop
negative
the pack and run.
There's no
repercussion.
Then yeah, I'll try the move.
The bear is gonna eat the flesh and then go into a frenzy trying to get more of it. It's gonna be digging into your pouch where all of the honey is, and okay, that's a fail. The bear is gonna get its claws in your pouch, rip it off of your back, and you let it go to run away. And you're leaving the bear just tearing into your pack, shredding into it. Manticore spines in there are gonna get scattered all over the place, and it's just gonna be tearing into it.
I mean, that other thing too, like I wouldn't bring manticore spines out hunting.
If you wouldn't bring them with you, then they're on
the only stuff that I bring hunting is just food and water, and then bow and quiver.
All right.
And then I guess I always have the honey lich jerky on because that's food and it's expensive.
And it can heal you in a pinch.
Yeah.
And it's also a very good bear deterrent. Yeah, so you drop your backpack. You no longer have a backpack, and the bear is tearing into it. And you run away into the woods, and you make your way back to camp.
Which shadows popping off, and it's worth glancing at.
So I lose all of my food.
Yeah.
We're by the lake, so do I need to bother with the water?
You're losing your food and your water skins, but everybody can refill, and don't worry about the water. But all of your food is gone, your lich flesh is gone, and your backpack is torn to shreds. And you run away into the woods, and you make it back to the camp. Describe your approach to the camp.
I to the edge of camp, panic for a sec, take some deep breaths, kind of, gather myself, and then just walk into camp, not saying anything until everyone sees me, wounds and all.
He is mauled. He's got blood all over his clothes, which are torn. His armor is torn to shreds. His backpack is missing. He's disheveled and pale and limping a little bit.
You guys, the mouse came back.
And session. I'm going to get experience lined up while you all roleplay for a minute, and we'll wrap there.
I think that you should leave that mouse alone, buddy.
Man, it took the honey lich jerky I had.
That stuff's so expensive.
Hold on. I have seen a mouse before. They're this big with a little tail and tiny little teeth. You are musicians. You are not good enough.
Not even a little bit. It'll make a great song. Mighty Mouse just destroys me in a hunting battle. Yeah, no.
All right.
I lost all my food too.
XP dealing out now. Yeah, he's completely out of food. And
you had the most food of everyone. You didn't have any of those rations.
What? I only took one of the rations. So we got 4. Grunrock had the other 3. So if he was maxed,
are
it went
set
to
at
you.
D8 right now. We'll get that fixed later.
Yeah.
I had the basket of 3. It's on the donkey.
Did you participate in the game session? 1 experience.
I didn't.
Did you travel through at least one hex on the game map you had not visited before? 1
Yeah,
experience.
we did.
Did you discover a new adventure site? No, you did not. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? Yes. The troll skeleton counts. The bear,
Trolley
as it turns
bones.
out, does not count, but the troll skeleton does. So that one. Did you find a treasure worth a gold or more? Yes. The silver bracelet is worth just over a gold. I rolled its value. Did you build a function in your stronghold?
Or what?
No. Did you activate your pride? No. Did you suffer from your dark secret? No. Did you risk your life for another player character? Ralgar, you dove into the trench and just swinging like a
Was he
maniac.
risking his life though?
He was safely outside of the combat and jumped into it.
It was
Next time,
reckless,
do more
but
damage as you risk your
considering-
life, man.
There was a
Considering
monster.
he started this campaign as a senior wolf, I'm pretty
No.
down with him jumping into a ravine.
There were 2
Right.
people
Right.
trapped in a
Right.
tight space with a monster, and he dove in to fight. So
I was just
Ralgar
messing with him,
definitely
I was
gets
just
it.
messing around.
Completely whiffed.
That one definitely counts. And extraordinary act of some kind. Vergello for getting away from
Vergello,
a
for
bear
sure.
by sacrificing
almost dying.
honey flesh. Good session, everybody. We will pick up here next time. As far as I know, we are playing. Let me see. 2 weeks from today is my house closing day, but we're not moving in that day because we're not even able to yet. So I think I'll probably be good to play. I'll keep you posted. I'm 90% sure I'm fine to play on the 11th, 2 weeks from today. So
Wait.
I will post it on YouTube as an upcoming live announcement. So if anybody wants to know for sure if and when we're playing next, just check on there. Please like, subscribe, follow. Really helps me out. And we will be doing lots of cool stuff coming up. In about 1, 2, 3. In a little over 3 weeks, we're going to be doing a Blades in the Dark thing with Craig Shipman from Third Floor Wars, doing a crossover thingy, which will be fun. He's going to come on our channel and do some DMing for us, and I'll be playing in that with Craig DMing. We're excited about that.
Adam's been working on a killer accent.
I am not so secretly brewing in the background on some Ars Magica that we're going to be playing later this year with a different, it'll be me DMing, but with a different group of people. And except for Bill Vergello is going to be playing in that one with some others. And I am posting a video on Ars Magica shortly. I'm just finishing up editing it. So just an introduction to the game. Ars Magica video. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Ars Magica is a super cool game. What were we saying, Aimee?
We've been playing Baldur's Gate, so if you're interested in Baldur's Gate, you want to watch us joke around and mess around and play a video game together.
Yep.
They get
do that
really
too.
mad at each other sometimes.
Oh, it's incredibly
Share brain
frustrating.
cells.
Playing 4-player Baldur's Gate is infuriating. But we are streaming that random nights. There won't be a ton of heads up on that. We'll just sort of go live when we all are free and decide to play. So keep an eye out and set alerts. You might see us pop online to play Baldur's Gate randomly sometime in the next week. So,
Heck yeah.
all right. Till next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
See ya.